Sorry, Red.
No, it's not, dumbass.
It's off for me.
Wow, he's blocking you.
Refresh.
Yeah, you didn't pay this month.
That is a lie.
Alrighty, let's get started here.
Paying Orkly fans.
I got a handout for somebody.
It's just a hand.
Yeah, give me some money.
Where'd you get the
It's like, why you
hands
just
from?
give me this hand? It's like, I wish you would have told me what this was, and then it's a monkey's paw.
Pathfinder has the creature that the monkey's paw belongs to. It's like a level 23.
Yeah, I don't give
Mm.
two shits about the creature. I just want the monkey paw. Unrelated, they added a monkey paw to Phasmophobia, so that's pretty fun.
No. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and who wants to do a recap? Or should we do the bonus questions first?
I thought we stopped doing recaps.
Why would we ever stop doing recaps?
'Cause not a whole lot's happened in the last 5 months.
We had downtime.
We had 3 days worth of actual stuff in the
Thanks
last.
for the recap, Glizzik. You covered everything.
Yep. I'll give you the goblin. We created chaos inside the circus tent. Some of us may have set fires. Some of us may have released animals. These are alleged things. We don't. We can't.
Incite a little panic.
There's a little bit of rumors going around and stuff, and the crowd exited. Several of us got away. Several of us found out that there was no troll. It was probably an illusion. What else am I missing?
Ultimately, that little kid who screamed fire in a crowded place.
I hear he's in jail being brought up on charges.
Good.
Well, someone did see someone very
Inducing a
small
panic.
setting fire. And starting rumors. Someone very small, like a 6-year-old.
Alright. Let's start off with everyone, all 5 of you, roll me a d20.
Just a D20.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's technically 2 ones in a row because of my last craft roll.
3.
Oh, we're back
My
to
second
doubles
3 tonight.
again.
Made some Tanglefoot bags. Rolled a quirk. I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it'll change your freaking skin blue. I don't know.
Mystic,
Oh
we need
no,
rollies.
whatever will I do?
Galgrim and
Well,
Glizzik,
that-
roll again.
Roll a 9.
Oh, it's so close to a 9.
Alright. We are going with the whopping huge high roll so far, with Zakara going first with a 10.
Yes.
I don't know, we can roll 2 digits.
She's a rogue. She cheats. What do you expect?
She automatically
Sure,
has
you're-
a 10 on everything she rolls, remember?
Yeah, right. Reliable
Alright,
talent.
Yep. Alright, Zakara, I need you to roll me a 1d25.
Another 10.
Told you she's cheating. Oh, this is bullshit. You shouldn't be allowed to answer this one. This is an easy one.
You're the one that made the questions.
Note to self, whatever Mystic rolls, give him the hard one.
One that required interacting with someone else.
And if he answers it correctly, he's not a druid anymore. Able to someone behind.
Joke's on you, I'd have to answer it correctly first.
Alrighty. Zakara, you have 1 minute to tell me, how did the Yeti escape from the menagerie several years ago?
Zakara and Ferris let him out.
Wow.
Publicly or non-officially?
Wow. Cheating.
She's just putting that out there now, huh?
She is.
Would you accept I plead the 5th?
Nope.
You kidding? In this setting,
Alright.
there's no 5th. They're gonna
Kruga.
get.
Roll me a 1d24. Really?
Also,
Mm-hmm.
quick, remember her answer.
Haha, here's a zero coming. Alright, Kruger, you have 1 minute to answer a question. Who is chasing Raz?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Why does Mystic look like one of those damn glamour shots? Because he's so damn close to his camera.
It's got the blurred background, so your eyes are just drawn to his big surly face.
Now take your shirt off.
Well, that'll cost you extra. Like how it blurred the can too.
30 seconds,
for focus.
Kruger.
I don't know their name, but I do know that it is an officer in the army that he deserted.
I will be nice and give you half a point.
Can I give a name and get the other half a point for us?
Nope.
Fable, I didn't say it was the correct name. I just asked.
Alright, then we go to Big Glizzick. 1d24, Glizzick.
It's not Big Glizzick. It's Glizzick the Invincible.
No, 1d23, that's right. We decided last time you couldn't get the same one twice.
Glizzick the
4.
Undying.
4.
Number 4, my lord.
Alright. Mr. Glizzick, tell me, you have 1 minute to tell me, who owns the Kraken Ink tattoos?
Arhan Benamaya and his mastiff named Apple.
Hey, good job.
The dog's part owner.
Damn right
Yep.
he is. All dog owners know this. And all cat owners know that the cat's fully in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Galgrim, roll me a 1d22.
So what you're saying is the headquarters is actually now a cat house?
It could be. Alright. Galgrim, roll me a 6-sider. I'm sorry, roll me a 5-sider. 1d5. There's only 5 of you now. That's how long this question's been sitting here.
Which one of us is going to die?
1, 2, 3, 4. Ha ha! Galgrim. Let me make a note. You have 1 minute to tell me what archetype does Kruger have? You know, if you had rolled a different number, you could have got your own, but you didn't. Google will not help you on this, Mystic.
You don't know. I could have a blog post.
I'm checking. I actually have some notes.
Fable's just been posting a synopsis of every session online
That-
somewhere.
Fucking
In Orcish.
Posts it on Reddit. Check out what these assholes did this week.
not a clue.
Alright.
Way of the monkey fister.
Nope, he's not fisting you.
You said archetype, not class, right?
I did. All
Monks
right,
don't have
Raz.
subclasses anyway.
You are the last one, so go ahead and roll me 1d21.
I do this every freaking week.
Stop doing /R. Zarkin, did you pop up this feats thing on my?
No.
Maybe I clicked it.
D20. Wait, what's the command to roll a custom dice then? Because it ain't working. Just a D, right?
Slash roll.
Yeah, /roll space.
1D.
I did D for mine.
Yeah,
they
me
both
too.
work. They both
Yeah,
work.
neither's working. They both give the error message.
Use the other
Roll.
slash.
Actually, you know what? Hold on, let me try this.
Have Nether roll for you.
Hold on, let me try. Okay, can't capitalize the roll.
Ah.
How dare I be grammatically punk?
Yeah, what the hell?
Technically, it's not grammatically correct since
That's
it comes
also,
after
yeah.
something else.
Does that still apply to
Wow.
thing? You know, I don't care.
All
It is
right.
stupid that they don't have it not to be case sensitive, though.
All right. We've had this question before, so we'll see if someone can get the right answer this time.
Probably not.
Raz, you have 1 minute to tell me what nearly killed Valis.
It was the Troll King.
Yes.
There was an encounter that almost wiped that group. Our group.
You were fine.
That's because 2 people ran off on their own.
Against a
It's
creature
not running off on your own if you have somebody else.
that was 3 levels higher than us at the time. Right?
Supervised.
Was it only 2 or 3 levels higher than us at the
I
time?
think it was 3 or 4.
And he got his ass whooped, so suck it.
I don't know if getting his ass whooped is quite accurate. I mean, I guess it's not mutually exclusive with us getting our asses whooped.
There was plenty of ass whooping that happened that night.
There was ass whooping that night. I'm not sure which one got worse. I
think
guess
we did
he
better
did
on the other
because he died, but
I mean, like, I think they got it worse because he did have a lackey or 2, and they only killed.
yeah, but
ultimately
so did
killed one of
Kruger.
us. The head count was higher in their court.
We did lose Stag that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He was
was
tasty
weak.
afterwards.
A nice reminder of what happens if you're at dying 2. You're in the danger zone,
Dying.
especially against a big
Alrighty.
boss that will probably crit you.
Party earned 3.5 points this evening to bring you up to 13 points. How, if at all, would you like to spend these tonight?
Where to list? Notes.
Right there.
Oh, what session is this now?
This is session
45.
45.
Don't worry, I
Of
pay
downtime.
occasionally.
I feel like that should be
Yeah.
one of the questions.
What session is it?
How do you know it's not?
Quickly writes down notes.
That's just the word notes.
So we can do healing potions or unlock new broker. Otherwise, everything's the same, more or less. I mean, we're about to go into a big old heist event, right? So I think a hero point for everyone would be pretty standard.
Agreed.
I might even be tempted to do the 2 extra life hero points because I feel like Zakara is
It's not an even session.
It's not an even session. I forgot
We
about
need another broker.
You can still like to
We
do
don't
it, though.
need another broker.
You're not using this.
All the
You're not using the 2 you have now.
Let's say, like, I feel like we sent them out. One of them found stuff and is basically on idle at the moment, right?
Oh, they both are, yeah.
Oh, the other one finished too.
Job's done.
Stop trying to make extra brokers happen. It's not going to happen.
When 2 brokers really love each other.
Make more brokers.
They go out and
Yes.
find a baby.
Go out and find it. They bureaucratically acquire a baby.
And then
Just
sell it to the
quotes on
highest
that
bidder.
acquire.
Is that the only thing you would like to buy this evening? Is one extra hero point?
Yeah.
It's like a
well, I
whole
mean,
baby.
the healing potions are always kind of when we can just make them every day for free. Well, the elixirs, but
Yeah, but a lot of times you run out of those.
a lot of times I don't run out of them. They would just run out of available actions to utilize them.
It's not from lack of potions that our problem is. It's lack of hit points to use the potions.
If we can
Kinda.
spend 10 points on healing potions and get a major potion, all we need is one dude to buy it. We're rich. I'm just saying.
These have tags on them. These are not for individual resale.
Right.
Evil campaign.
Keep
We
the
don't
receipt.
give a fuck about your labels.
30 days to return. Once it's unopened.
All right, is that all you folks would like to purchase?
I got nothing else on that list.
I think we're good.
nothing.
No, I'm good.
Put myself at 2 hero points.
All right, everyone can put themselves at 2 hero points.
You're the familiar guy.
And the snake gets 1 too.
Nope.
Aw.
All right, we are picking up the evening before the event. Everyone's downtime is complete. You should have your items. All of your retraining should be on your sheets. I need to steal something from Zakara. So I forgot to remove this.
You can leave it.
I'm gonna put just so I don't know if you have a note, Zargan, about the quirk that I rolled for the Tanglefoot bags. But if not, I'm just gonna put a note next to mine so I don't forget to remind you when I use them.
And it's fine.
They will still function. They just have a quirk. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I definitely don't want to forget about it. I want to see what freaking Tanglefoots with a quirk do.
Don't worry, each one might be something different too.
Yeah.
I got this big list of 100 things of wild magic surges.
No, that's amateur hour. You gotta get the D10,000 list, Zargan.
No.
I'm just like wondering, how does this even happen? This is alchemical. I am a genius.
All right, so it is good month, the 20th of good month. It is, you just got done eating your dinner at the chapter house. You're just kind of hanging out, getting ready to get a good night's rest, and kind of start your planning for the heist tomorrow evening. So discuss and plan.
I am taking requests for any particular items someone would want me to prepare. I'm gonna probably make at least one use of blind pepper, just in case.
Since we're all in game, I'll share that.
Utter blackness.
That's because there's no tokens on it.
All I see is darkness.
Oh, is it the same thing?
My hood is
No,
down.
it's the second
upper
map.
floor, main floor.
How about now?
Main floor is white with a bunch of question marks on it.
Yeah.
Hasn't loaded.
Probably
yet.
just has to load.
Let's see.
I get letters starting. The upper floor looks like the thing from Discord.
I'm assuming both of them look like the thing from Discord.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
In case you need something to help plan.
If you guys have particular requests to prepare for the day, I just
I want a philosopher's stone.
still working on that one. I just put into chat a link back up to the list of shit I can make. So if you've got something you feel could probably be useful, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna make what I think might be useful, and then probably think of something 5 seconds after I send the list to Sargon.
Discuss spells if you would like.
Yeah, if folks aren't quite sure how it works, I can prepare 12 items a day, and every item I prepare gives me 2. Unless it's healing elixirs, and I get 3.
I prepared Key Rush.
So I could make...
Wow, is that a new one for you, Fable?
Haven't used it in a while. And I also have my tentacle arms prepared.
It's tentacular.
Make sure you have your weapons equipped.
Oh, yeah.
And your armor, if it's not already done. For those of you who sent your shit off to be done.
Oh yeah, we got those back.
Yep. Why am I not seeing your armor on your sheet, Kruger?
I don't know. I was looking for it myself.
I don't see mine either.
You mean an inventory?
Maybe we took them off when we gave them to the blacksmith.
What are you
I-
missing, Zakara?
Leather. Now with a +1.
I see it there. It's under L for leather. Could be because I just added it, but I see it. You have your hand wraps, right, Kruger?
Mm,
Yeah, I think you do.
I don't see them.
They're under Kruger.
They're under
Kruger's
Kruger.
powerful fist hand wraps.
Oh, okay. I was looking under hand wraps.
But I think those are the wrong ones. You know, you would think somebody would have this shit too, all done right. I believe those are the ones you're supposed to have.
Did you add those 2 spells in, Sargon? For me to add to my sheet, or do I need to add them?
If they're not on your sheet, then I didn't add them.
Did you add them into the side thing, my secondary sheet thing?
You'd have to look, Mystic. I don't remember. That shit was like 2 months ago. Oh, I gave you the wrong one again, I think. I believe that's the one it is. That's the new one I made for you.
Sargon, I just realized Wyvern Venom's not added to my poisons.
On your list?
Yeah, that was on my formula book. That was like the first one I did. Yeah, I got the Sleuthing, Toadskin, Black Smear, Blood Crystal, and Giant Centipede.
How about now?
There it is. Thank you.
Yep.
That's the good stuff, man. Our current at level poison.
I need on my sheet. I should have a thing for the crushing rune on mine that will allow me to apply clumsy one and enfeebled one to enemies.
No.
Somebody has any abilities that will do more stuff the more debuffs that are on someone. Well, if I crit, there's gonna be a lot of things I apply.
I see it on there, don't you?
Where did you? Oh, put it down in magic items. Okay.
That's where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You added them in there, but you didn't program them in, so I'll do that while we're doing stuff.
I mean, I didn't program them in.
Like, you added them in my 3rd level spell selection, but you didn't, like, make them into spells. Like, you just typed in spell name. Like, it doesn't even have, like, a sheet to open up.
Sure it does. You said they're 3rd levels?
Yeah, under my spell selection stuff for 3rd level.
So when you click on them, nothing pops up?
Yeah, I can click on water breathing, which is right above it. Something pops up, but on those 2 spells, nothing pops up. Which are the bottom 2.
I don't know why. Do you not have a book loaded or something?
I have the books loaded that you told me to load. Secrets of Magic, Player's Guide, Edition, Core, Drag and Drop.
Because Blaze, that one, they're both they're Secrets of Magic books, and you should be able to see them.
I have a rough draft of what I've got so far. If anyone has any requests,
I can see it now.
I do intend to give you one of those Book Thief brews, Zakara.
The bottom one just popped up.
Yeah, because I'm manually sharing them with you. I shouldn't have to.
Okay, they work now.
Oops, a typo there. Only 4 spare reagents, so that should be 0 out of 4.
Is that your final list?
No, that's a rough draft so people can see what
okay.
I've already got prepared. And I've got 4 more reagent I can either spend to do quick alchemy for something in the moment or spend them now to prepare double of something.
It's got some tear gas in there, and
Yeah, the only downside is its DC is not that great when I prepare it the normal way. If I quick alchemy, I can use my class DC, which is like, what, 26 at our level or something like that?
I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, and its regular DC is like 19, and it's a reflex-based save.
How's that again?
Yes.
The resilient on my armor didn't increase my saves at all. Should I just put
Did you wear it?
+1? Yeah. Pretty sure I have it worn.
No, you have it carried.
Showing equipped on mine.
Not on mine.
Which tab?
Inventory?
Yeah, inventory. Right underneath the demon mask, it has the
Yeah.
little equipped icon for me.
I'm showing the bag. Now I'm showing it equipped. Is it adding it now?
No.
Guess it doesn't work for you then.
Or just put +1s in the saving throw base settings on the combat tab.
You shouldn't have to. It should do it automatically.
The thing is, like, it's showing in the character effects that it has save +1 on it, but
Well, it
it's
might
not
not
being
show.
applied.
Well, it may not show on the thing, but don't apply it and just roll a save. See if it adds it. Because do a fortitude save. What's your fortitude save?
Oh, yeah,
See,
it does.
effects
Okay.
+1. Yeah, they put the last version out there. They changed a lot of stuff to prep for the version 19. It's coming out sometime in the next 20 years.
Hmm.
So they're changing. A lot of people have character effects now that didn't have them before. So I think they're just moving stuff around. And I believe if you unequip that and then do it, it won't have the effect. Alright, so let me know when you guys have your spells ready. Let me go ahead and toggle
You
a
have,
night rest.
You have Toadskin Salve listed as lesser in the book, but the level 7 formula is a greater version.
And it's not greater.
Then it's the level 3 version?
Because greater is like higher than that.
Nah, Toadskin Salve greater is an item level 7. There's major, which
Is
is
it?
11.
Does anyone have an illusion spell?
Everyone looks at Glizzic.
I blow stuff up.
No.
What type of illusion are you looking for?
Yeah, depends. Maybe.
I was thinking maybe one of the things we could do is make an illusion of the Ankh so people don't realize it's gone immediately.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, I can use my crafter's eyepiece to make a really crappy version of it.
It was just a labeling issue on that bio.
How does the crafter's eyepiece work?
It does the 5th level spell creation. Let me get it for exactly. It very much can't have moving pieces and stuff like that.
I also don't see a tooltip for the blood crystal. Because I'm thinking of maybe plugging that into someone who could probably use a cantrip.
You don't have a blood crystal right now.
I have one.
Yeah.
Correct. That's the only one that Glizzic has one. That's it.
Right. I want to see the tooltip.
Look under your formulas.
I can't. There's no link. It doesn't pull up anything. Most of my new stuff is like that. Like Black Smear Poison, I can't do it. Sleuthing, Toadskin can't do it. Wyvern can't do it. Blood Crystal can't do it.
You're pissing me off.
I'm not the one who freaking set it up.
You had them last time. You didn't do it. All right. So you're talking about the ones in your book or the ones on your sheet?
I just need the description of the item so I know what Glizzic's got in his hands going into this, because I don't remember everything it does off the top of my head.
Well, I understand, but you're saying you're clicking on it and it's not pulling up. What are you clicking on?
The little dragon symbol.
Yes. On your character sheet or on your
formula book. Because I don't think I've got any on my character sheet.
Well, you don't have any, but you have the formula.
Right. It's not working from the formula.
That one doesn't work either?
Yeah. Correct.
It worked. Mine worked as soon as you shared it with me. It started working again.
His are different. I have to make all his custom. Yours are right out of the book.
Zakar, it's in Brotherhood General.
Yeah, because I don't have the item in a formula book. I just have the formula.
That could work.
Because it would be the 5th level heightened thing, so it can be metal, but it'll be common. Like I could make it with pyrite, but not gold. Because that's more of a common, mineral rather than something worth anything. But we can certainly try. It may help.
I mean, even if it's not gold, could it be gold colored?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like pyrite will look like gold, actually. Duration's 1 hour, and then it just disappears.
Yeah, I guess if anybody looked at it, it's obviously conjured, but like just passing glance, at least it's not missing out of the case, sort of thing, right?
Are we doing this during the day, or is it gonna be nighttime? It'll be dark in there and stuff. Or
It starts at 6 p.m.
I figure we attend to get a lay of the land, but most heists aren't done when there's like 800 witnesses around.
Ocean's 11, this shit.
That's why they'll never expect it during the day. They'll be like, yeah, it's like, why don't you have that many guards? Because heists don't happen during the day.
You got a druid in here. We can Ocean's this.
Ocean's 5.
Oh yes, I forgot that was an integral part of their plan was the druid.
I was making just the ocean to the druid joke.
Yay,
Shark 4.
stuff's popping up.
Yeah, see, I can't share this shit with people when they're not online. I wish I could.
That's annoying.
Oh, I know.
You can always ask me to just hop on. If worst case, I can just at least hop on if I'm at home. So we do have how many? I only gave you the one blood crystal to each of you, right?
Valis had
I think
one.
it's just
Yeah,
Glizik
fucking
had
Val-
one, and
Valis ran away with it.
you deconstructed one.
Yes. Wait, I didn't give one to Galgrim?
Nope.
Okay.
No, Valis and Glizik.
Well, Glizik's got the one blood crystal then.
Yep.
So we do have something that could give us a little something there. Either Glizik or either anyone who can't cast spells can use it and learn a random cantrip for the day. Or Glizik can take it and I'm trying to read it, but let's see.
But I keep popping stuff up on you.
Yeah,
And become a god.
those who can cast spells, or I assume more than just cantrips, can.
I'm just gonna link it.
I can cast spells.
Nope. Focus spells are not spells for the sake of this, anyway.
Bullshit.
In general.
They're specifically called key spells.
No.
Yeah, so all you other assholes will just gain a random cantrip for the day. Glizik or Galgrim would gain 1 point, which can be spent to purchase a spell slot of various levels. I don't know how many points you'll get for Dragon Blood Dose. And as Argan said, it kind of depends on the quality of the shit, so I don't think you'll really find out.
How do I get to stage 2? That's what I need to know.
Either you gotta take 2 doses, or the stuff's good enough to give you more than a point. So I think, otherwise I don't really understand the point of like the blood potency. Is it some stuff can give you more than 1 dose's worth of points, Zargan, or doesn't matter what it is, 1 item is 1 dose?
1 item is 1 dose. The way to get more is to take more doses.
Okay.
And what's the chance of getting like a harmony to make it a better blood crystal?
Well, what's the point of grabbing like? Okay, I guess I'm just missing. Like, what is the point of using dragon turtle blood over like elf blood?
Well, they can offset the costs and may give you
gotcha.
extra stuff. Like elf blood isn't worth nothing. So you would need elf blood, but it doesn't offset any of the costs. Where vial dragon blood, for what you have, would offset 10 gold on the cost of making it.
Okay. So mostly just for crafting purposes. Okay.
Correct.
So we have 1 dose of the stuff.
It's to limit you fuckers from making, a blood crystal empire.
What's wrong with the blood crystal empire?
It's not. This isn't. You're not Walter White.
Blood for the blood gods.
So if I grind the crystal up to a fine powder and ingest it through my eyes, that's the correct way to do this?
Or inject it between your toes, whatever. So you would get a one point then, Glizik and or Galgrim, which would give you basically an extra first level spell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the poison itself also takes hold. You'd get a +1 to perception and all your magic related checks for 24
DCs
hours
and attacks.
or until your next spell prep. I don't know if that affects like spell DCs and attack rolls too, right, Zargan? It just says and magic checks.
Sorry, I was away from my keyboard, changing out what I was printing. Yes, it does.
Okay, so you would get a boost to all of your shit as well as an extra spell at first rank spell anyway for either of you fuckers who took it. Now, that's just all the benefits. This is a highly addictive substance, so you'll probably run a possible check on getting addicted to the shit. Also, just to be affected by a Zargan, you have to actually fail a fortitude, right? Because it's a poison. It's an ingested poison. So I don't know if you would have to like fail a fortitude save, in which case
you can always voluntarily fail.
Inject it directly into your bloodstream.
Basically.
So you guys have that to consider as well.
This is a homebrew item?
Yes. Blood crystal.
I say we just cut a vein open, like slash an arm, shove the crystal in there, and stitch it up.
I'm pretty sure that won't have any negative effects. Yeah, it's also why I can't make them for free, like as part of regular alchemy stuff. I have to craft them.
You need some kind of a magical blood to make them, which is also why I put that in there, so you couldn't daily make them.
Can't get all these assholes addicted to a product only I can provide them.
No, you can still do that.
Shit's expensive too. I thought about making.
It just gives us a reason to go on elf genocide.
It's not just elves.
Kill dragons and magical creatures.
Elf
Talking
genocide.
cats.
All the fancy blood does is lower the cost for the most part.
Yeah, elf genocide.
With what elves? We've seen like one. I think dwarves would be the next best substitute.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm okay with that too.
I've even asked Zargan too if I could take blood from the party and be like, yeah, but they're gonna get drained.
You can. I mean, blood from like casters might work.
I can cast.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
The biggest issue there is that it probably wouldn't mitigate the cost at all, and this shit's like 50 gold a dose, and batches are at least 4, so it's gonna be 200 gold.
Well, that's total cost.
Yeah, or 100 gold if I craft it to 50% for 4 doses.
I would like 4 doses for 100 gold. Here's my 100 gold. Thank you.
That's why I didn't make some over downtime. I looked at the cost. I'm like, oh my god, even with the dragon blood discount, it's more gold than I've got.
Stage 5, here I go.
That I want to spend.
It's like popping up on drugs before a big fight. Just pop them to get the boost. Worry about the negatives after the fight. Some of those bunch of those spells are pretty nice.
You've heard of Cocaine Bear. Now get ready for Cocaine Goblin.
Oh, is there like a specific spell list with those?
Is there what?
Is there a specific spell list with those?
No.
No, you just spend your dose on a first rank spell you want to learn. As far as I know, there's no limit. I don't think there's a school limit either. You can pick up like an arcane spell.
It is random for the cantrip.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I can pick up spells.
Yeah,
you could take it and learn Lay on Hands.
Yeah, if you give it to Kruga, he would get a
That's not
random
a cantrip. Lay on Hands is first level. Plus, it's a focus, so it's not a real spell.
Yep. If you give it to Zagara, she'll get a random cantrip. If you give it to Glizzic or Galgrim, they can get a first level spell and a cantrip, Zargan?
No.
Okay, so one or the other.
Well,
And
let me pull up your version and not mine.
Well, I have it listed in the general. Brotherhood general.
So it's better to give it to a full-blooded caster, but anybody can get some use out of it, but it would just be a cantrip and possibly getting addicted to the shit. And everyone would get the
so if Glizzic took like 5 doses,
OD
he
on
would
this
go
shit.
right to stage 5.
Plus 1d10 damage on all spells.
Or heal. He would get 5 points to spend.
100% this freaking no
Now,
fortitude comp against a
Kruger took 5 doses. He would get a cantrip. And that's really it.
I mean, if he gets a damaging cantrip, does he still get the damage boost?
Probably.
Woo!
Now remember, cantrips aren't that bad because you guys are 8th level, so that's a 4th level
No,
casting
yeah,
of a cantrip.
If you guys picked up like
So-
electric arc or telekinetic
Yeah,
projectile,
electric
you
arc
could
would be
damage.
4d4 to up to two targets as many times a day as you want to cast it.
And, like,
And it's
telekinetic-
reflex save, so you could punch with no map.
Yeah, I mean, it'd take 2 of your actions to cast it, like most spells, but
And you could flurry of blows with the other one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And that would, because it's like I say, it's just a DC save. It's not an attack. Some cantrips are attacks.
telekinetic is like what 46 at this level, so plus intelligence or whatever your casting stat is, whatever your highest would be, I guess, for you. So anyway, that's up for Glizzik or Galgrim to decide who would get more use out of it, if they even want to. We have that on the table.
I've got one, but I'm probably going to hold onto it until I absolutely am out of spells and need it. You know, it's like an emergency thing.
Well, I think it just teaches you a spell. I don't think it's going to give you a spell slot.
Oh, I thought it was like a sorcerer point. You're buying back a slot.
I don't think it gives you a spell slot. It doesn't sound like it. Let me look at it again.
Purchase a spell slot of various levels. Yeah, I don't think you learn any new spells, do you?
No, it's a spell slot though. So in the middle of the day, having an extra spell slot doesn't help you because you
There
didn't
you go.
prepare nothing for it.
Yeah.
I am going
Well,
to.
does it go away at the end of the day?
Either 24
24
hours or your next prep, whichever happens first.
So
you need to preload.
So you take it, you prep, and you lose it immediately because you're at your next prep.
No.
It says it goes
You
away.
take it during.
My understanding is it just taught you a spell. It didn't give you a spell slot. If it gives you a spell slot and a spell, then even better.
Well, cantrips don't have slots, so
Right, but for the people who actually have spell slots, who would get more use out of this.
So it says it gives you a spell slot. It doesn't say anything about what you choose, so it is anything. It doesn't have to be one you already know.
it's a spell slot for a caster. It's not like an extra spell.
Oh, okay.
So if you have 3 first level spells and you get another first level spells, you can now prepare 4.
But you would have to take it during daily prep, so you could
You have to
actually
take it during daily prep for a spellcaster to get the effects, yes.
Okay, for a prepared caster, gotcha.
Unless you have something that will give you back spells during
Yeah.
like I know wizards have something.
a drain bonded item or whatever.
Yeah, that Valis never used once.
He never casted rank spells.
No, he did. Many times he had no spells left.
I'm going to give everyone a potion
I hate
of expeditious retreat.
I hate you.
Mm.
Ooh.
Ah.
I knew that was coming.
Can you just share that with us, Sargon?
No, I gotta put it on your inventory, so you have to wait. The item's already public, but
Anything that's not needed in inventory for doing the job tonight, I'm basically just leaving out the chapter house and writing house on my inventory sheet, and I'm taking it so it's not carried to light my load. I'm not bringing my cookware. I'm not bringing my walking cauldron, stuff like that. I don't need to bring rations.
I love this item already because it forces you to run. But boy, that plus 40 move speed. Yeah, this
it'll
is a
take me
get out.
minute to hit everybody up.
This is literally a get out card. Like, you are fleeing for 1 minute, you can do nothing but run. And with a plus 40 to speed, all 3 actions, ooh, you are gone. But you really are gone.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Can you alchemy bullshit and force somebody to drink that during combat?
No. What? No. It's not mind control. I gotta usually gotta.
I believe what you're looking for is a charm spell. Here, have a healing potion, friend.
I think, like, the closest thing I could do to like non-consensual feeding of someone is poison.
I don't think it forces you to flee. It's just if you stop fleeing, you lose the bonus.
I would be
I-
so fast.
I mean, I'm looking at fleeing right now, and you're forced to run away due to fear or some other compulsion. On your turn, you must spend each of your actions to try to escape the source of the fleeing condition as expeditiously as possible. The source is usually the effect or caster that gave you, though some effects might define something else in the source. You can't delay or ready while fleeing.
Oh,
So it's speed.
Yeah, you get plus 40 movement speed, so all of us would go up to 65 on average, and must
80,
spend
woo!
all 3 actions to run.
And then if I do my bracelets of dashing, I'd be up to 90.
Oh, actually, maybe I should prepare some Cheetah's elixirs for everyone.
Some of that stuff doesn't stack, Kruger. Depends on what kind of bonus it is.
You're a bonus.
I know. Your wife says that.
Here, look at this. Cheetah's elixir is an item bonus, so I know I don't need to give it to Galgrim. He's got a
All right.
wand.
Everyone should have the potion on their inventory, and under their consumable section should have the potion there too. Thanks for letting me know you were doing that ahead of time, Zakara. Hate you.
Sorry.
You literally said you knew she was going to do that.
I thought she probably would, but she didn't say she was doing it, so.
And then she said she did it, so.
That's why I hate her. Tango!
Okay. Who
Tango!
has item bonuses to their speed? Just the one, right? Galgrim's wand.
I think Kruger has a bracelet or something.
Yeah, if I use the bracelets of dashing, then it gives me a bonus.
Yeah, I think it's an item bonus, though.
I can make a bunch
And
of...
I think that wand is a spell, so I think that might be a circumstance bonus. Tango!
If I use 2 more of these spare reagents, I could make 4 Cheetah's elixirs, which is a plus 10 foot for 10 minutes. So basically chug them when we're starting. And that would give a plus 10 item bonus. Status bonus. Sorry, it's a status bonus. So I don't know what Galgrim's wand gives him, but he was going to be the 5th person I didn't make one for, if anyone, because he had that anyway as a fallback. And it lasts like, what, 6-8 hours?
Yeah.
All right, so that's the plan. The goblin goes first. I mean, not the goblin. Then yeah, the goblin goes first. Yep. Wow. Does your wife know you just said that? Uh-huh.
I'm going to not prepare any Drake Hearts or
What?
Arms.
But my AC.
You got some spares. If you even need it. So I want to keep a fair amount of spare reagents because I'm sure something unexpected is going to happen. So quick alchemy is going to be.
What?
Mm-hmm. So I'm
Are
going to
you
want
Spanish
them.
Inquisition?
Because to combine elixirs, it's going to take 3 reagents just to pull off that little hat trick. Otherwise, yeah.
They wish they had nice nifty uniforms like we.
You wish what?
He said Spanish Inquisition. I said they wish they had nice nifty uniforms like we.
Ah.
Surprise attack. Surprise attack with a nice nifty red uniform.
Why is your wife kicking your daughter on the floor?
It does look like she's kicking my daughter on the floor.
She is. Kicking her while she's down.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Cat's there too. Maybe she's aiming for the cat.
You know what the book thief brew does, Zakara? Because I'm giving you one of them.
I looked it up. That's pretty cool.
If you kick the kid, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
You can copy a couple pages.
Yeah, or a scroll. So if you find anything interesting worth doing, I think it only takes like a minute to set. So just in case you find something worth silly puttying on the way in or out.
Got that knot? If she kicks that cat, I'm gonna call an SPCA. I don't care if she kicks your kid.
Is there any particular poison you would want to have on hand? I was thinking sleuthing toxin, because if it takes hold on somebody and it gets to stage 3, that's where it's going to stay for an hour, and will basically guarantee they're not going to be moving. They might still be able to still, yell and all that fun stuff. But if you gag them and they're hit by stage 3 of this shit, they're probably not going to be having a good time, because it's 2d6 slashing per movement action that they do.
Was that on your long list?
Yeah, sleuthing toxin. It's a pretty good DC by itself, and then if it hits them, the first 2 stages are whatever, they only last a round. So, but if it gets to stage 3, they're taking 2d6 slashing per movement that they take, and forced movement also causes damage, and that lasts an hour.
Woo!
It's basically the closest. It's the only poison I got that could really make someone rethink whether or not they want to move their jelly bones right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that if you have an extra slot.
Wrath gets all the slots. What do you mean?
So I'll make a couple of those. Just have a couple of items ready that you want to use them on, be it like arrow or dagger or whatever. Because once you put the toxin on, it's good for the day until I prepare the next batch. Normally toxins are good until you use them, no matter when you put them on. But Zargan and I agree on this little tidbit that alchemical poisons should probably not last forever. Even though nothing specifically states it doesn't.
Well,
Because
no, it specifically states that the ones you make daily disappear the next day. So if it's on a weapon, it's gone.
Disappears, but once it's used, the effect will last as long as it's supposed to. But that would be stupid for poisons. And like any interpretation, that's.
But technically, until a poison's used, it's still just an item on your weapon.
Yeah, it's not the same item you made though. Like I've looked at conversations about it, and it's like one of those technical things, like rules is written. It's not the same item once it's applied, but either way, it's an irrelevant thing because that's freaking stupid anyway. Otherwise, Zakara would be walking around with like 80 poisoned arrows at the ready right now.
How you know she's not?
I mean,
I have your guy's next greatest nemesis.
Not a door.
A door, yep.
We're fine with doors. It's like holes in the
I
ground
name
we
it
worry
Karen.
about. Looks good though.
Did you print that?
Yes. And thank you.
She never complimented it.
I never want to. I want to get a printer.
You don't need a printer. I'll just sell you everything you want printed.
Yeah, somehow I feel like that's gonna be more expensive than doing it myself.
Maybe.
I mean, I got the things that you posted there, and I want to give them a good look, but we're about to have our freaking like bathtub shower redone, so I'm gonna be spent for a little bit.
Do I have to add more books to see the book thief brew?
You have
No.
to add more books.
Oh, did he give you one of those?
Uh-huh. She's literally the person who's probably going to have the opportunity to use it more than anyone else.
Hey, I know how to stealth.
I
just made it. Try it now, Zakara. I just made it public.
I mean, I did think about giving Kruger the other one, but then I also thought that he, in character, probably wouldn't know a good opportunity to use it rather than just using it on some random scroll.
It's not a random scroll. It's a scroll of erotic poetry.
The only other person I could think of other than myself is maybe Galgrim, because he would have an eye for something that might look interesting and be able to actually spot it, being a little insect or whatever. You know what? Actually, I am going to give it to Galgrim.
I was gonna say, if I can sneak into the back area before everybody else, I can be doing scouting and finding stuff as an insect before anybody else can.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Galgrim the other book thief.
I
brew.
also cannot use it while I'm shaped, so
Right. Just if you happen to freaking, because you can shape more than once, right? As if you're ready to go.
yeah, I can. It's a focus. Like it's my focus now as a form. So and I can refocus while I'm in the form. So I can cast shape into spider form, spend 10 minutes in spider form, refocus, and then I have it ready to go for if I pop out, I can pop back into it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you, just in case you find something that might be worth copying, I'm gonna give you the other book thief brew. It's basically just a liquid you pour over a couple of pages or a single scroll, and after a minute it kind of sets. It's silly putty. You even have to use it's even going to come off reverse, so you have to use a beer to actually read it.
I still don't see it in
Blizzard's
items.
trying to shake me down over here for gold.
It's not an item, it's a spell.
Oh.
I'm presenting you an option.
Blizzard's trying to shake me down for gold.
Well, I'll give him gold and he won't have to kill you.
Linking it in Brotherhood General Mystic if you're interested.
I'll look at it. What the terrifying thing is with this new form, I can turn into a spider, walk into an area, and then just out of fucking nowhere turn into a T-Rex. Just poof, T-Rex out of nowhere.
Can you?
I can
You cast a spell while an insect?
Can I not use focus spells while I'm in a focus form?
Can you cast a spell while you have no mouth and hands?
I mean, I can.
To be fair, he has a mouth and hands.
I have a mouth and hands.
Just a tiny voice casting a spell. He's a mosquito
and I have
cast.
the shape speak mask. I can speak common while I'm in my forms.
Help me! Yeah, so as long as you don't do a hostile action.
In that case, it gets even worse. Just magical dwarf appears, magical bear appears out of the dwarf, and then dwarf magically turns into a T-Rex.
Your wild shape requires somatic and verbal components.
I can do somatic and verbal while I'm in.
You have fingers?
Yeah. Does it require fingers?
That's somatic, yes.
Somatic.
I have 8 fingers. I have 8/10 of the requirements.
Intricate movements.
That I'm pretty sure you didn't train in as a bug.
Yep.
I have athletics trained. Oh, that's fair.
Now, if you shape change like into, I don't know, like a pixie or something, they have fingers and so forth. Not that you can, but just as an example.
Actually, might be an option for me if I can turn into like face things.
It's not down the road. It might be, but it's not now.
Wait, can I do it out of my kaiju form then?
You don't want nothing that weak out of your kaiju form.
I wouldn't want to shape out.
Besides, your kaiju forms, you don't get to pick. It's already determined.
Oh, what's my kaiju?
Don't you worry about it. I know exactly what it is.
Oh no.
Giant starfish.
It's Mothra, but as a bear.
Let's just say that Ishii has seen enough hentai to know where that's going.
Say hi, Chibi.
Hi.
Hi,
Chibi.
Hi, Chibi.
Hi, Christina.
Who's this Christina you speak of?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, her name's obviously Chablina.
Yeah, duh.
My apologies, Chiblina.
Or if you want to be a little bit rude, Bio's better half.
If you want to be really rude, the person that for some reason married Bio.
She was
Yeah,
drunk.
I asked
Okay?
her a lot.
She was drunk, and he thought he looked cute in the uniform.
It's one of those you just keep asking random questions,
Yeah,
and
water
every once in a
brides.
while, yes or no's, until you get the response you want.
Get her to say yes on the right one.
The other day,
All right,
Peachy goes,
so
"Why did I marry you?" I said, "Because I said yes."
do you guys have your spells and alchemy stuff picked?
I do something similar with my wife. She's like, why? Like, why did I do this? It's like, just remember, you said yes multiple times.
Times. No hesitation.
Yeah, but
We
that
got,
was during. Oh, wait a minute.
we got married out in California and then came back and did the church wedding later. So it was like 8 months later. And right before the church wedding, my uncle comes out. He's like, "So, are you nervous?" Keep in mind, he's the priest. He's, "So, are you nervous?" I said, "We're already married. What's she going to say?" "No." I'm not worried. Not
Whoa, you
worried
got
at all.
married in California? You're a
Yep.
Western liberal.
Old man and country.
Yes, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep these 4 spare reagents.
Send me your list in Discord because I can copy out of there the easiest.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing once it's finalized here.
So
And
since
once-
the book thief is a spell, does that mean I can't add it to my inventory?
You can add it to your consumables. No,
I
you
tried
cannot add it to.
dragging it.
You cannot add it to your. You have to. Here, I can do it. It's a spell, so it can't go in your inventory.
Quick question for everyone: did Kruga tell you guys the results of what the
No.
information about the tattoo of the other guy he got in trouble with?
Fuck no. What?
Okay, good.
There you go. I think it's in there now, Zakara.
Thank you.
And I'm giving one to Galgrim too, so you may want to do the same thing for him.
Oh, god damn it.
While
And
you're
he
putting
might
things
give
on-
one to me, so
I think while you're putting things on my sheet, I'm paying Glizzic for an
You can't
invisibility potion too.
I hate you all.
Speaking of, it's as good a time as any since I've pretty much done all I'm going to do for the time being as far as crafting goes. I'm going to give Galgrim 75 of my remaining gold.
Whoa!
Oh, I
we're
don't give a shit about
halfway
that.
there. Whoa!
Oh,
Hey,
you're
so
halfway.
Galgrim, so what I hear is you just came into some money. Can I interest you in an
I
invisibility
was
potion?
giving you 10 gold.
I didn't see it. Where'd you say it?
I said put an invisibility potion on my sheet so I can pay Glizzic for a potion.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm adding 65 gold to my gold total. And taking
Nice.
75 off of the IOU.
Yeah, I'm doing the same right now. I still owe you 49 gold.
that's why he got it wrong, because math is society. So if he did math, then he'd lose it through it.
Well, I paid him a gold before, so I'm like I had 1 gold already.
Hey, son, I'm getting closer in money to being able to make that big ticket item as soon as we hit level
Yeah?
9. Yeah.
Depending on how the freaking heist goes, if maybe we can find a way to pocket some extra cash, and I might be able to do the rest of it.
Oh, once you get half of it, I could start it, and I think in the rules it says you can pause.
Once you finish the first initial prep, yes.
Yeah,
I
but
know
it's a
how we
level
can make
9
some
item.
extra money.
Oh, that's right. Oh, do I have to be a master?
You have to be level 9, first of all.
Does anyone want to hear about my money-making opportunity?
Does it
I'm
involve,
interested in
does it
money all the
involve some Bitcoin?
No, it involves pictures of high monkeys that you absolutely can't copy.
time.
NFTs haven't happened here yet.
So NFTs, but there are NPC.
I'm sure we could all use a little extra cash injection after coming from assorted busy work. Did you find something, a lead? I know we still have the wyvern thing going on too.
I was just gonna say it's like turn the heist into a smash and grab.
Who has the dark vision elixirs, Raz?
Me and Ather.
Because you didn't put that on. You didn't say who.
Yeah, it's gonna be myself and Ather. A little closer to when Dark shows up, but because I think it only lasts like 6 hours or something like that at this level.
I thought it
That
was
one,
8.
that one also does not link when I click the thingy.
I hate you.
I
That
only
makes more
relay.
sense.
I only relay information. Session is quickly turning into a Zargan logistical session.
Now,
Yeah.
now it will.
Oh, no, they're graders, so yeah, I could just take them as soon as I make them, and problem solved. Sleuthing toxin is under poisons. I don't really know what you're asking.
I was trying to find it so I can add it to my sheet.
I hate you guys.
Yeah, you'll have
No,
to.
you don't.
So you can pick whatever weapons you think you're going to be able to use those on with. Unless you got like feats or whatever, it's like 3 actions to apply a poison.
And once it hits something, it's used up, right?
Once you successfully hit something, if you miss, it's not used up, but if you critically miss, it's used. Otherwise, it's on your weapon until you hit them and they make their save.
And you can't not hit them with it because it's on your weapon.
Yeah.
So if you put on your main weapon and you want to hit someone else, they're getting poisoned too.
Yep, it's going to be used up on the next person you hit with that weapon, or if you critically miss.
Like,
Or you could take time and wipe it all off. What was that, Fable?
You never answered my question.
Me?
Yeah.
But
What question?
say
Would monk robes be appropriate in a fancy pants setting?
Oh
You
yeah,
don't know. You haven't been to one.
Well, you didn't answer my question, where I tried to figure out if that would be something that wouldn't at least stand out to see like some monkish pilgrimage. Is that something more of like a social oddity, not acceptable, or more of yeah, sure, maybe dismissive curiosity, but not something they chase him out the door from?
That'll depend on the person. It's all in the eyes of the beholder.
We have matching.
There's gonna be a
nice
beholder there?
dueling capes.
There might be.
It's Pathfinder, not D&D.
Yeah,
otherwise-
it's not a beholder. It's a
It's
ball
an
with
a-holder.
eyes. It's a ball with eyes.
I mean, otherwise we have to dress up the half orc, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have fancy clothes. Otherwise, they're just going to turn him away at the door.
It's an a-holder. It's
My
just
clothes cost
instead of-
more than everyone else's clothes. I'm just throwing that out there.
But they ain't the right clothes.
That's what Kruger thinks. Kruger thinks fancy means expensive.
Which is why I went out of my way to tell him that is not always the case at these sort of things.
You're too short, so all your words didn't reach up. All we heard is that is always the case at these things.
All right, Galgrim, are your spells ready?
Yep.
Glizzik,
Did you add the invisibility potion?
I added it to your inventory.
Sir, yes, sir.
Your spells are ready?
Yeah, I prepped them a long time ago.
Okay. So,
Ready-
everyone is
My-
ready. Discuss
for
your
one?
plan so we can
Ready
spend
for-
the night.
One more
I
annoyance
have-
here, Zargan. I'm going to hand everyone a Tanglefoot bag that I made.
I fucking hate you.
While he's doing that, I finally realized that my little Meister instrument, my microphone or whatever like that, weighs 1 bulk. How big is said microphone or megaphone?
Bulk
Is
is
it like a
not always
cheerleading?
size.
Yeah, it's always not. Yeah, it's not always
It's-
like weight or size.
Bulk is it's a combination of weight and size, and how cumbersome it is to carry around. Like a
The giant
freaking
cheerleading cone.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't weigh nothing, but it's fucking bulky.
I can sleep in it at night
Trust
if I
me,
need.
I'd rather go with fucking pure weight or something than bulk. But
I think bulk's fine.
I think bulk is
That's because you got so much carrying.
I think bulk is the happy medium between microing, like
it
tracking
is.
every individual little piece of weight and not at
Yep.
all.
It is.
But I can understand why someone might prefer raw weight.
Because I'm anal retentive, yes.
I think that's everybody.
All right, all items are prepped. So discuss your plan, or else are we just gonna wing it like normal?
No, I think the plan is to attend the event in the evening, scope the place
Is that
out,
the whole plan?
and go from there. Whether we decide this is a perfect opportunity to go now or come back later once we know the floor plan. Yeah.
You know the floor plan. You have maps.
Well, where things are, because we don't know where it is. We don't know where they're putting it up, right?
Well, you don't know the exact spot of it, no.
Okay, so we have to do it during the event.
I thought I told you that before.
Because they're probably gonna they're moving it as soon as they close the doors for the night or something.
Exactly. It's very, very valuable. They bring in it's out for the event, and then it's going right back into the high security vaults afterwards.
I will hand Kruga a blind pepper bomb in that case.
I hate you.
Things will change.
I already made a note to make a freaking public sheet so people can add these to themselves whenever they want. But I'm not doing it now.
You have an alchemist in the group. He's gonna hand things to people.
I know, but when we did it earlier, you did it all for everyone else. But now they all want to do it themselves and be able to see it all.
I want to do it myself.
So
I make items. I hand them to people. It's on them to remember it and me to yell at them if they never use it.
Just so you know, Kruger, you are not proficient in alchemy bombs.
They are martial weapons.
Mm-mm.
No, they are their own weapon type.
Yeah, they're martial weapons. Bombs.
Yeah.
They're in the martial group. But you don't need to be... there's no hit. There's no to hit on it. You just chuck it within 30 feet and it's an AoE effect.
On that one maybe, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. On that one specifically. It's like at a 30-foot range. It calls that one out specifically, and it just affects an area. So you don't need to be good at hitting people. You just need to throw it somewhere in an area and probably not hit yourself with it. But you do.
What if I just squeeze it in my hand?
You're good at reflex saves, so you could probably, because it's a reflex base, and this is just the base item, so it's only a DC 19.
Oh, that's easy. Like
this is to
my
get
reflex save is an 18 right now.
These are to like panic the crowds of regular freaking people who ain't done a fucking push-up in their lives, sort of thing.
Nobles, got it.
Yeah. If I quick alchemy it, then it's a DC that might even catch you on a bad roll. But that's it. I mean a bad roll. I think you need to get like a natural 4 to fail that save at DC 26.
No, because I have a 17 in my reflex, so I'd have to roll an 8 or lower.
Still still pretty good odds, even if I gave you a juiced up one to make it if you just self-detonated it.
The problem is you'd probably have to put that in my hand in order to make that happen.
Oh yeah, if it's quick alchemy, someone else has to use the item unless I use it right away. Because I got until the start of my next turn to use a quick alchemy item.
So you're not. I want to make sure I give you guys time to make a plan. So the plan is not to make a plan.
No.
Then what's the plan?
All right, it has to be during the event. How long is the event?
It starts at 6 and goes to roughly 11 or 12. Depends. The invitations that you have is 6 till and then blank. So whenever the bulk of people leave, or the hosts leave, and then they close it down.
So
I think the plan was go in, scout shit out, and then come up with a plan.
Well, then we'd all have to get together in a little corner and talk about it, which...
do the casters have like message?
No.
I have one message I can use each day as part of my tattoos.
No.
Because it's not a primal spell is the reason. It's an occult spell.
Right. Well, it shouldn't be difficult for, even if we stayed relatively spread apart, to meander about and pass info and conversation as we meet up with each other.
I mean,
The place isn't massive.
is the paw on display, or is it like back behind something?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't even know.
Yeah. We
We
don't
don't
know
know.
where it is. Sorry,
The
go ahead.
paw? What paw? You mean the Ankh?
Yeah, whatever we're looking for. Yeah.
We're back on the monkey.
We're looking for the Black Pearl, Mystic. You know, the one you just found. No, we don't need this.
Complete the heist. We never saw Galgrim. He shows back up. He's like, all right, I got it, guys. Brings up a monkey paw.
Yep.
It was pretty hard getting this thing off that monkey too. Let me tell you.
Good distraction.
Now
Going
we're-
after a different item, guys.
Hey Zargan, would you hate me if I made one adjustment to my level 1 spells?
No, I'll let you. We already haven't started. We're still in the planning phase.
I'm gonna prep a couple extra pet caches.
No, Mystic. It's like a level 1 or level 2 feat. Depends on it's class feats for some people. But it lets you prep 2 extra cantrips a day. So I mean, if you have 5, that gives you 7 a day for needing cantrips to do some of your abilities. That's very useful for someone like you.
Okay. Here's.
Go ahead.
No, I will look at picking that up, Zargan. That's probably a good idea.
I only know about it because people in my tabletop game picked it.
Okay, so what I would like to propose is, as far as druid shenanigans go, when we walk up to the place, I pet Cash Barney outside. That lasts for 8 hours. I pop the wand.
Or until you pop them out, right? It's one time.
Or until I pop them out, but I have 4 of them prepped. We pet Cash Barney. I pop the wand, which gives me 8 hours of plus 10 move speed, and then I change into a spider, which lasts for 24 hours. And then I sit on somebody's shoulder or in somebody's pocket or whatever, and I refocus while you guys go in. And after I'm done refocusing, whoever I'm in gets me close to a wall or a door or something and pulls me out and sets me down. I will have a refocused wild shape at that point. And then I can go back and kind of scout the back areas with the extra move speed. And if shit goes south, I can pop Barney out, and do all that type of jazz. And if I find something in the back that we need, I can pop out a wild shape, take down whatever info I need to take down, grab whatever item I need to grab, and then wild shape back into the spider again. And if we need any gear or anything like that we can't really take into the party, like easily, I can put it in my bag of holding, and then we can have gear and get all that type of stuff in past whatever security there is.
Galgrim is the dead drop.
Basically. Anybody have a problem with that?
No, sounds good.
Yeah, like we don't know where we're gonna be looking, and it wouldn't hurt to have someone in the back rooms in case something's going on. But either way, just being able to carry in a bunch of crap we obviously can't have on our person would be good as well. My idea was generally just go in, observe where it is, and I would imagine Zakara more than anybody would probably want to take a very interested look at it, see what they might be working with in case of like protections or traps that might be on it.
Yeah, I would like someone to do. Is it detect magic or what's the other one?
Read aura.
Yeah, to see if there's any magical traps on it, because I can't detect that.
Read aura is you focus on the target object, open your mind, blah blah blah. Casting is complete. You know whether the item is magical, and if it is, you learn the school of magic. If the
I have
object is
detect
illusory,
magic as a cantrip.
if the object is illusory, you detect only the effect's level is lower than your level spell. And if you do it heightened to 3rd level, which it will be for us, you can do up to 10 objects at the same time. But it's got to be within 30 feet, and it takes a minute to do.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a minute of waving
yeah.
it. Yeah, because like, if I understand it correctly, Zargan, like Pathfinder makes no ambiguity about it. Casting spells, if it's got verbal or semantic, is extremely obvious, right?
Well, usually yes, but that's why they have feats to do that stuff to
Well,
go
yeah, with
avoid it. Yeah.
unfeated.
Yes.
Like if
They
you
have
got to say the
silent
word,
feats and
yeah, if
what
you
is
got to
it,
say the word,
concealed feat or whatever.
it's that you're
Yeah.
saying magic words and shit.
Yep.
That booming effect sort of thing.
Well, you wouldn't have to shout it, but if someone notices like you doing something, then you're obviously casting. You can't just mouth the words; you have to utter them, and people can hear you and so forth.
And if there is some sort of magical trap, is the only way to disarm that with a dispel magic or something like that?
No, these can disarm them as well.
I think the
The
only
DC is just much higher.
Yeah, I think the only real caveat is you have to be a certain trained level to even detect it in the first place, right?
Well,
But
that's
just
with normal
traps
traps
in general.
too.
Yeah, they just require any level
There
of
are traps that
training.
require certain training, like expert, master, legendary, to even detect them.
I do have Trap Finder as a feat.
There you go. You get a bonus then. I remember that one from the one shot. And you can do it while doing something else, right?
Yeah, I can do it while doing something else, and then
No, that lets her find traps without actively searching.
Yeah. So she could like pick to be doing something else at the same time. Like exploration activity, I mean. Like seek actions while also trap finding.
Yep.
and I can find and disable traps that require master in thievery.
You don't have a master in thievery.
No, that's what the feat lets me do, even though I'm not.
You're not a master? Either is Kruger.
I'm close.
So
I am the master.
So assuming we get you in there, you kind of scope it out. I assume there's going to be some sort of protection on the thing that you're going to have to finagle with, in which case we're probably going to need to cause some sort of a distraction for you to do your work, which I imagine is where Kruger can probably come in.
What?
But
the goblin and the dwarf get into a fight again.
I think the distraction should be easy because Kruger still has that edict on him and all that fighting thing.
You don't know that.
Does he?
Maybe. I assume it's on him forever because racism. Humans don't like orcs. So, if maybe we could write up a little situation, someone else does a little instigating, and you basically just, cause a scene without breaking someone's neck. That's probably a no-go. Probably shouldn't do that in such a public event. But maybe you and I can work out some, maybe I get a little drunken patron to take some offense to you or something, and you just, get some eyes on the situation while Zakara does her thing.
And I plan on drinking an invisibility potion before I actually try to get it.
I thought you were going to leave it at that. I plan on drinking.
I figure we play into our strengths here. Zakara needs a window. I'm pretty sure between Kruger and I...
So Kruger's going to read poetry. Got it.
Between Kruger and I, we can create a physical or even social scene between the two of us. There's people always drink at these things, and people get riled up with just the slightest freaking implied slight. It should be easy. People at parties like this, it doesn't take much to get them worked up.
All right. Is that we ready then? Can we pass the night and get to the day?
No.
All right.
I mean, that's basically the plan I got. Galgrim's going to go in, see if he can find something in advance. Otherwise, he'll be ready to respond because he's got a hell of an ace in the hole there. If we need to, if shit gets real, or we need to freaking do something that clears out the place. I would
Just fart.
I would prefer we don't T-Rex in the museum thing, because again, we probably don't want this traced back to us. But
let the T-Rex happen.
Just let it happen.
Let me live out my night at the museum fantasies.
But of all of us who were to cause a scene, Galgrim would have the easiest time avoiding any actual consequence, so long as he can just shapeshift into a spider and just fuck off. Because
All
he's got
those dwarves
dash.
look alike.
Yep. There's obviously the blacksmithing dwarves.
Yeah, there's only no one ever thinks there's a druid dwarf in town.
So I don't know what Glizzik would be doing.
He's registered as a druid dwarf.
Glizzik would do Glizzik things and could probably even help us cause a little bit of a scene to get eyes away from Zakara.
For the crafter's eyepiece, I know it just takes one. Oh, it takes. Okay, so it takes 1 minute to activate it, so that would have to be done before I take it, probably.
Well, how long does it last?
An hour.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So maybe Glizzik can get that easily detectable illusion up and running. That way people just don't notice it's an empty space.
It's not really an illusion. It's a solid object, isn't it? But a just temporary object.
Yeah. It'll last for an hour. It's an actual physical object.
Yeah.
It just,
I know the text was all like, it's very obviously a copy. Sort
Well,
of thing.
To people who have seen it before, maybe.
It's true. Someone's never seen it before. It just looked like a.
Thieves would never use that to con people.
Nah.
It's exact copy of it, except in the front of it, it's got a little face of a goblin on it.
A little cat and tusk tooth, but goblin motif instead.
Right.
Instead of being a little Buddha statue, it's a Buddha with a goblin face.
So many teeth.
Yeah, I mean, Glizzik can be ready on standby with a dispel magic. If we cause a scene, people aren't looking, maybe he can get away with casting a spell. Zakara can work her magic. I feel that's probably our best bet.
Wait, Zakara has magic now too?
No, Glizzik, dispel magic.
Nobody said Zakara works her magic.
Works her magic. The rogue magic. It's not
They're
magic,
all,
but it's
they're all
magic.
shamans, Krug.
You
Come on, stay
promoted
with
to
the
shaman
program.
Zakara.
You say demoted?
Mm-hmm.
No longer general, you are now shaman.
Mm-hmm.
So goblin song, then fascinating performance, yes?
I mean, you
Switch
are
out
very
the
good at you are very good at causing your own type of distraction. I'd imagine yours would be the kind that get you kicked out, but I mean, a distraction's a distraction.
I could just be talking like,
Yo, Gabba Gabba?
long.
Did we ever like actually ascertain? I just miss it. If monk robes are a thing I'm allowed to wear.
Zargan refuses to freaking insinuate any sort of answer on this.
I
How
told you,
many
just
of
switch out
you
the normal
have
pin for a
been
nice.
to a formal affair with a monk? That's what I thought. You're a liar,
Russ?
Glizzik.
How many events have I been to where a wizened
I work at
traveling monk
Disney.
shows up and he's more of a like a social enigma?
How many of you have been to a formal affair besides Galgrim?
I raised my hand many times.
Uh-huh.
It's a formal affair.
I've been to formal fair as a designated drinker.
All right, so spells are done. Is the plan done?
I have a question. So I didn't think of this before since I just picked up magical crafting, but could I Could I potentially reverse engineer the lockpick of mastery?
You could have tried. But you didn't think of it until the night before the event, so
You can certainly put down 50% of the material right now.
but you know that does destroy the object. Whether you succeed or fail in the roll, the object's gone. If you succeed, then you get the formula.
I think it's worth it for that.
I think
And-
she's trying to weigh whether or not to use it during the heist potentially.
Yeah. And what's the cost of it?
I don't know. It should be on there.
Nope. And it's not in Nethys, so I figure it's homebrew.
Maybe. I hate you guys.
It's from Resident Evil. You, the master of unlock.
I think we refer to it as the nemesis. No door is locked with him around.
Nemo.
Sometimes new doors are created.
You don't know what the cost is. Well, you know how much you paid for it, right? Is that the one you buy, or is that the one you found?
Found.
Oh yeah, then I guess you don't know how much. But you'd have to have mithril to even make them. So
Bet you the dwarves have mithril in that little blacksmith.
So if I don't know how much it costs, there's no way to reverse engineer it anyway.
I'm saying it's not how much it costs doesn't matter right now
Okay.
because you didn't reverse engineer it.
I'm trying to weigh the potential of doing that in the future versus maybe using it tonight.
Ah. It's only a level 4 item, so it can't cost that much.
Yeah, what is it, like uncommon and rare modifiers are like +2 each? So it could be as expensive as a level 8 item.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't have a price on it. I'd have to math one out.
that's okay. I just figure if there's magical traps on it, I might use it for that. And last a minute. It's just sad to use it on something I won't get to keep.
Why won't you keep you can keep it?
The Ankh?
Sure.
I'm sure nothing bad would happen.
It's good.
Yeah, we'll just make a second copy of it the next day and give them that.
Here's the creation.
Hurry up, quit talking. We have an hour to get out of town.
They'll come at you like, no, seriously, where's the thing?
Sakar walks out. It's like, all right, you got time to go make your own kingdom. Let's go right now.
Second copy is Sklizik mooning on the front of the cross.
All right, we good to pass the night?
No.
Well, I'm going to use the bathroom while he does whatever he's doing.
He's got
He's not
potions
doing
to pass
anything.
them.
That's the thing.
Just
What are
every
you
time
doing?
I say no, people start talking about other stuff. So that's
Well, what?
hardly on me.
It's all about you.
Well, I assume I've advised them best as I'm able. I don't know if they're going to accept a monk-looking dude, but the fancy clothes you're wearing aren't the kind of fancy they're looking for.
You don't know that.
I feel pretty confident in saying that.
Does Galgrim need fancy clothes?
No, that Galgrim's gonna be a spider.
But you plan on maybe coming out of it
Nope.
to
Never.
copy something and then shift back?
Yeah, in the background, behind the scenes, where nobody sees me.
He doesn't intend to be seen as a party guest.
Yes.
They'll just think he's a janitor. It'll be fine. That dwarf must work in this museum. So, quick question on the dueling cape, Mystic. How do we get the +1 situational AC on the front of our...
Do you have to hold it up, like use an action like a shield?
Spend an action.
So is
like
it just shield raised? Well, I know you have to brandish it, but I'm saying physically on the character sheet, how do we get the +1?
I don't
That's a
know.
Zargan question.
You made the cape.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
make
I
did.
know
it.
it's
It's a default item.
it's a circumstance bonus.
AFK.
I don't know where you'd put that in for your ace.
Stuff.
I don't think there's a way to do that currently, but what do you want, Kruger? Come on, quit making faces and just say it.
I'm just amused because literally every time, like, the thing gets derailed. So after, like, everything's kind of, people are like talked out of, or not talked out, have finished discussing the terms of engagement or whatever. Kruger's just gonna
Oh,
say,
you're engaged? Does Zakara know?
Kruger's just gonna say, I've found out what the tattoo of that man is from.
The one you saw at the tattoo place?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a symbol of a demon lord named Orcus.
It's like a orc god.
Hmm?
Is that like an orc god? Orcus? Like us are orcs?
Orcus is a demon. Some orcs may worship him. I do not know.
Can we do recall knowledge checks on it?
Sure.
Can I do lore underworld?
Lore gossip.
You can.
Everyone always gossips about Orcus. Did you see that man he was here with last time?
You heard about that whispered one thing?
And I have dubious knowledge if I critically fail.
Me too.
I would also like to recall knowledge.
Roll in the tower then, Kruger.
I consult the bones.
$10 says this is what's doing sweet nothing pillow talks with Valis.
Nah.
I'm not even gonna try because nature doesn't feel appropriate to this.
It might, more than you think.
It's what the nature does to
For a
defend against.
demon lord?
Yeah, they attack nature.
Demon Lord of Undeath.
It's the anti-nature.
You never know. There's a DC for it. If it's the wrong skill, then it's just a higher DC.
So I just roll nature in the tower. If I want to do that, Zargan.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear him cuss, so
Only one of you got any information. The rest of you are pulling up blanks.
Say it was me. Say it was me. Do it.
Whoever it was,
It wasn't
I am'd.
I'm suspiciously missing any DMs here.
So this tattoo was off the guy that was in there before us, right? When we went to go look at the tattoo guy.
Yes.
All kidding aside about the name Orc Us, you know who he is.
He is a demon lord.
Of necromancy.
I was gonna say, wasn't he like that? Sounded familiar with Ishii's character.
And some would say he's a minor god. Obviously not as good as me, but whatever.
Isn't that the deity Ishii's character was worshiping?
I don't know
think
if
he
we
was-
ever found out.
I don't think he ever straight up worshipped,
Probably told-
but he made it.
So it might have just been Valis you saw leaving before us. Who knows? He's getting some ink.
Would I
But,
turn a character into a villain?
Probably. I mean, in the past, you've turned Ishii's characters who have dipped into sacrifices.
Basically the same thing.
He cloned me and put a mustache on little Timmy. Come on.
No, you just did that yourself.
Just the simulacrum gone wrong.
It was just a hidden stash.
Nice.
That never happens. Simulacrum is a foolproof spell that has no shortcomings when you start experimenting with it.
Right, Bellow?
Mhm.
All right. So, anything else before we pass the night? Kruga?
Yes.
What?
I just don't want to pass the night.
All right. Well, then we might as well end the session now, because nothing else is going to happen.
We made it to level 9?
No.
Woo! We made it to level 9.
Are
I
the
did
cats
not say
getting
that.
bigger? I'm feeding them trees.
I heard something about level 9.
Yes, you all died before you hit level 9.
Now. And shit ADB says I could be level 20.
You're right. You could be. You're not, but you could be. All right. Pass the night. You guys get up the next morning. Today's the big day. You all have a few things to do. You're going to go work basically at this point, you're all doing side jobs to make some extra cash. So you're going to go work your side job for most of the day. Then come back, bath off, get in your finery if you have any, and head to the event. As you guys are eating breakfast, Ferris comes up out of the basement carrying the big black pearl.
Mystic. Chat.
Wait, the pearl that we gave to Anders?
Yep.
Gallagher, you enjoy the bacon?
I will kill you.
He's like, interesting object. It gives you visions. Did you know this?
Oh, yeah.
I did, but where did you get it?
It was down in the basement. He sets it on the table.
It was just there.
Well, he was in a box or two, but yeah, it was just there. I think that servant, that bag of blood. I mean, Guillermo bought some boxes in yesterday, and it was in one of them.
What did it show you?
Oh, just that one day I will be free of Balthamel's influence. Unfortunately, but it did not show me being freed from this curse. Is this thing see the future, or what does it do? Have you guys tried it, used it? You know of this?
We
Everyone but Ishi used it.
did. We were the ones who found it on an island. When I touched it, I saw what happened to you. Although I think it hadn't happened yet.
Interesting. That's all. Nothing else?
I have different visions from people who use it. It seems to be events that might be future, present, or past. Gonna go see if Guillermo's here while they're chatting.
He is not.
It did kind of focus
He
on
made
like
breakfast,
a
then
person.
he had to run some. He had to run some errands. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Naughty.
No worries. I was saying it did kind of focus on someone that was known to each person who touched the pearl. Like I saw my dad. Kruger saw a girl that he knew. Zakara saw you. It was like it wasn't just like, hey, here's a thing. It was here's a person you know, and something may be going on with them. Am I wrong in that, guys? Everybody had a vision of someone.
Yes.
happened already and some had not happened yet.
I honestly don't remember what my vision was.
And they are also not set in stone either, because our ogre companion saw something that did not come to pass.
Yeah, he died.
Did he? Maybe he's undead now.
Well, if
nothing
he is, he's missing some parts
back in the
because we ate.
future, I choose to believe it is a possibility, perhaps, but we just don't have enough information to see if these foretellings are consistent.
But it's. I really wish Guillermo was here. We stole it for a job, and we gave it to the contractor. I don't know how he got it back.
He
Well-
was to retrieve it for someone else who I believe was in this neck of the woods. So it is curious. I do inquire to ask with Guillermo how he came about it or where he got the crate, but it's curious.
Maybe he put it
but
here for safekeeping.
the
You
guy
figure
who
he would have said something.
Not very safe if he just puts it in the crate in the basement.
Well,
Well, if he's the only one that knows about
and he does have a vampire guarding it now.
Who?
it. The cats are vampires? Holy shit.
Are all cats vampires? Zakara?
Not yet.
they have fangs.
They do. Do they bite and drink whatever they bite? Yes.
Yeah. Are they mostly nocturnal? Yes. Can they see at night?
Yes, they have dark vision.
Do they like garlic?
No.
No. Do
They
they like
also don't
running
like
water?
running water.
No.
If you stab them in the heart with a stake, do they keep moving?
Maybe. But they do like sunlight though. That's their that it is a weakness. They fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dying.
And they start to glow too.
My cat used to be white. Now she's black as she fell asleep in a sunbeam. They
Burned her.
We'll follow up with Guillermo on this, see where he appropriated that crate. In the meantime, yes, it seems to just show a potential possibility of the future.
Interesting. Yeah, I was messing with it last night and I saw this vision. Then I put it down for a while, went back to it, tried to get some more vision, but I didn't get nothing else out of it. Is this a one-time use or?
Can I pick it up?
Yeah, I was about to say.
What was that?
If she's not going for it, I would have picked it up, but
Did you
she's
pick
got the
it up?
longer arm.
Yeah, I want to pick it up again.
Alrighty.
See if there's a cooldown period.
Zargan's like, I can delay this session even more.
As Zakari picks it up, she kind of
Nothing
brings it up, kind of looks into it, and you guys see her eyes kind of glaze over. And Zakara, you pick it up, bring it in close, kind of stare into it, and you feel like you're sucked into it, just kind of like before. And then you see yourself step out of the shadows, driving Heartseeker deep into your target's back and quietly lowering its corpse to the floor. You move forward, scouting for your friends. It must be here somewhere in this vast treasure vault. You stride past piles of gold and platinum coins, bags of gems, until you see it. Resting on a white marble pedestal, the Tear of Pelor. You can sense its magic from 5 feet away from you, and you think deeply about what you came here to do. Do you trust the goblin and the words of his dark god? Or is it a ruse?
the vision cut out. We lost sound.
Do you
Do
trust the goblin?
I think
And
if I hold it down for so long, it cuts off automatically.
it's just Glizzy holds up his hand, and all of a sudden the thing stops.
Yep.
What? I can't hear anything.
Do you trust the goblin and the words of his dark god? Or is it a ruse to strike out a powerful foe?
A rouge.
Yep, a ruse.
A ruse, man.
While you go over this mental debate again for the 100th time today, you catch movement out of the corner of your eye. You ignore it at first, thinking it must be your allies catching up. But you are wrong. As the shadow overtakes you, it is far too large to belong to them. And when did any of them get wings? As you turn to face the Vault's guardian, fear bites deep into your heart, almost freezing it. So, you thought you could simply sneak in here and steal one of our god's most powerful artifacts. Now you and your infidel friends will pay with your lives. The last thing you hear is a great intake of breath as fire burns you alive. This takes about 10 seconds for the rest of you. All of a sudden, Zakara kind of drops the pearl, and it rolls back into the center of the table, and her eyes like roll up, and she like silently screams in pain and shock.
Can, like, if she looks like she's gonna drop it, can I, like, reach over and grab it before it falls?
Well, she drops it on the table, kind of rolls forward, and you lunge forward and grab it.
Ooh,
All right, Kruga.
Oh, shit, I forgot this is the consequence of doing that.
The
In character
for
consequences
Kruga,
As you
of my
grab
actions.
it,
The consequences of my actions.
you're kind of stressed out. You can grab it. It saves it. Oh, and then your mind goes blank, and your eyes go on the back of your head, and you're somewhere else. You stand before the Grand Master of Flowers and recognize him. It is one you have sought for years, and you have finally found him, and perhaps today is the day you fulfill his wish. Your vision blinks, and you are in a dangerous fighting pit. Both traps and monsters hazard every step, but you can see your opponent across the way. It is your final duel, and is to the death. Victory or death. You know you must win to gain access to the orichalcum you need for the weapon to defeat the enemy. Without it, you have no chance of defeating it. You prepare yourself for the single most important fight of your entire life. Vastly more important than the day you struck down your chieftain and reclaimed your honor.
Nope.
Cut out again.
Yeah, it must be some sort of timer. You prepare yourself for the single most important fight of your entire life. Vastly more important than the day you struck down your chieftain and reclaimed your honor. Should you fail here, everything you have built will fall to ruin. You take a step forward and leap back as the ground in front of you erupts in flames. And Kruga, you see, kind of like jerks back, dropping the pearl again as it hits the table, starts to roll into the center of the table. As he kind of goes, jumps back like in shock, and he's kind of stunned for a moment. As at that moment, Zakara comes out of her little funk. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Oh,
I'd like to put my little foot
Can I
towards
grab it?
Galgrim's ass and push him forward towards it.
Roll me an athletics check.
I already said I grab it.
Oh, okay. All right. As you kind of
Gonna
give
be
a little shove, and he helps himself as like reaching for it, and you put him a push, and Galgrim like lunges onto the table, getting his fat little dwarven body up there off the booster seat, and touches it.
I'm gonna be getting like a cloth or a scarf ready for when the dwarf inevitably drops it.
Same thing happens to you, Galgrim. As soon as you touch it, kind of move a little bit, and then your vision blanks. And then you see yourself on a battlefield fighting against an army of undead. You see yourself casting down waves of fire and lightning against them. But for every 100 you destroy, 1,000 takes their place. You shift into a gargantuan bear, known as Kaiju to some, and begin wading into the waves of undead, scattering them. Their blows rain down upon you, but you shrug them off as mere flea bites. Finally, you make your way into the heart of the horde where its master awaits. A great beast with demonic wings. You engage the creature with your allies by your side, but quickly realize this great demon is beyond your powers. It is simply too strong. And one by one, it slays you and your friends. As you fall, you think that perhaps you should have taken the offer. And Gowron kind of stumbles back, eyes wide and panic, and drops the pearl.
We use that cloth to kind of scoop it up so that people stop freaking falling over. Controlled experimentation.
You kind of grab it with your cloth and kind of wrap it and hold it there as the other ones start, and the other ones recover from their whatever they saw.
Just gonna be waiting for everybody to kind of come down before we're all just fucking incapacitated from like freaking backlash.
And then the no returns. Ha ha!
I throw
Now
the
is my
black
time.
pearl at him.
Hey, Miguel, hold this really quick.
So as you're holding the pearl in the cloth or towel or whatever, Glizzik looks over at Raz and goes, "Should I get the cats? They can talk now, right? Want to do some
Well,
experiment?"
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Barney did have a vision.
Would be lying if I said I was not intrigued by that possibility, but let's order
Just keep
priority.
touching the cat to the orb again and again. Think about it.
Push the cat's face up in. Let's
Tell me what you saw.
Bernie
So-
did not have a vision before.
Barney had a vision.
Nope.
No, that was Galgrim.
No, Barney was like reunited with his mom and shit. Barney had a vision originally when he touched it. Because we tried that theory because we were curious.
I don't remember being curious with Barney on the Island of Death.
Oh, so somewhere
Maybe
else you were
you-
curious with him. I see.
a lot of lonely nights after Noxia was sacrificed.
Mhm.
Valus was not reciprocating his approaches, so he had to find his action somewhere else.
So Ferris
Well,
looks
he-
at Zakara.
I gave him the cork earplugs, remember?
I'll also
So
be looking
did it work? Did you see something? You must have.
I
Just
did.
literally watching us all just freaking zombie out.
I saw myself trying to get an item that could help rid you of this curse. Of course, it ended in some sort of beast burning us to death, but it's not set in stone. At least now I know there's something guarding it.
Interesting. And you, Orc, you saw something?
Yes.
Would you care to share?
It's personal.
Oh, okay. Dwarf, what did you see?
Us, all of us on a battlefield. Well, all of, not you, Ferris, but everybody else at a battlefield, full of undead. And we were basically fighting them to death. And I figured out what my kaiju form's gonna be. So that's awesome.
It's a kaiju form.
When druids get really, 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 really powerful, they get really, really, really big forms.
But it's a possibility, right? I mean, it's not written in stone.
Well, gemstone, but
I mean,
What is it?
You could,
Giant ass bear deity.
not like a chinchilla.
It's really just Bill's
Hamster.
bear/abomination form.
Except for like 20
With
stories
wings.
tall.
I mean, it makes sense. You do seem to have an affinity with bears.
Yep. But yeah, there was like just thousands and thousands of undead, and we were just slaughtering them all at the same time. And also ran into a demon.
And it seems to be a recurring theme in some of these more epic visions. Undead and demon.
I will say that there was none of those in mine.
Well, if everyone looks recovered,
When did we get the pearl? Was it
it was
a few months
on-
ago now?
Yeah, I think it was like what, 2 months ago at this point.
more than that.
Well,
3?
downtime
What?
was
See-
2 months.
That's right. That's right.
Am I
So it's
what?
4 or 5
Ocean
months
voyage.
then.
I can't hear you,
Yeah.
John.
Because it was a long voyage, or like a
What?
week to get back on the ship, if I remember right,
I
Sargon.
don't know what you're saying.
Like the ocean voyage to get back from the island was like a week, at least, right? If I
It
remember.
was like 10 or 14 days. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's been, I would say, roughly 3 months.
Well, I would say I would be lying if I said I was not curious. Do you intend to take a see if it works for you again, Glizik?
We want to touch together at the same time, see if it'll still do it, or if we'll see each other's vision.
It is an,
I mean, we're going to experiment. We might as well experiment.
an oddly good idea, actually, or bad. Either way, I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. But at least we'd be trying something different. Hold hands and touch it at the same time with our other hand, and see if
Oh.
we go together.
I'll
But let's
See
put
them
it.
both at the same time.
take
Let's
the
put it on the
orb
ground.
and from Raz and just like palm it, like holding it just in my hand like this, and just let the cloth fall down on either side of it so that they can do it.
I'm game.
So you're holding it with your bare hand.
No, I have the cloth is still like it's around the cloth's around my hand. It's like falling around the outside of it. So just those two will be touching it.
Like he's gonna palm
Kind of
it,
like a
just
bowling ball in a bag, essentially.
and then dump it out onto our hands. I guess.
Yeah, so it's hand, cloth, pearl.
So you're holding it like you're palming a basketball, like
No,
this.
I'm holding it up like this.
Okay. I'm like, I'm not sure that'll work very well, but I got you.
I
mean,
am
how-
keeping like a good grip on it.
I mean, how big is the pearl? Is it a basketball?
I think we said last time softball, soccer ball size.
Palantir.
Oh yeah, that was a discussion.
To figure out how much pearl we're talking here.
The hell is cricket?
Well, you're hitting what with crickets?
Something about a wicket and cricket. I don't
I feel
know.
like it's only good for one
No,
solid
you put
hit. You
chocolate
need
on
another
crickets,
cricket.
then you eat them.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
right.
We're both gonna try to touch it at the same time.
All right. I need you both to make me a wisdom save.
Yeah,
Yeah.
magical feedback.
We gotta break it. Yeah. In the tower, just
In the
because we have
open.
hero points.
Waiting for my sheet to transition over.
Yep. So you can waste hero points before we even do the heist.
I think we're going
30.
to the heist tonight.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
Ooh, good
So
roll.
go to the 7.
All right. You both make the
dominate.
save.
Like visions tonight. Visions
The
tonight.
experience doesn't kill us. It probably bought me a couple more years.
Finally, our two-headed character exists as we merge into one being. I don't feel any tolerance.
As you both
Faithful
touch it,
Noblin.
electricity arcs through the three of you.
Oh, do I have to
And
make
you
a
all-
save too?
No.
That's made.
And all three of you take 3 damage each.
Fucking.
Tingle.
I don't think I can take that much damage.
Tastes like lightning. It's a third of a hit point.
And
Why
nothing
everything
happens.
tastes blue.
Kruger's almost
Okay.
dead.
Now's our chance, Glizik.
Everyone stab him.
At 2 Kruge.
All right. So we have an answer. It apparently is falls a bit short if it has to split its attention like that. Like lay it on the table. Now give
Yes,
it
has some
like
good rolls too.
After that happens, and Raz like says that, I just look over at Glizik and then I just toss it to him without the cloth.
Hey, what are you doing? Ah! And just reflex, I'm going to try and catch it. I don't want to, but I don't want
Okay.
to.
You can catch it, and I'm gonna make you roll. You catch it.
Before I go slack
I
jawed.
caught it. Oh shit! And then you go slack jawed.
I was literally gonna do the same thing, just not by chucking it at Glizik. I was gonna touch it.
Big fan.
The look on Glizzik's face is oh shit, and then he kind of goes blank for a moment. Glizzik,
I'll get
You
the
see
cloth
your-
ready.
you see
Do
yourself.
half of it and then pause.
You see yourself high atop a ruined tower in a great blizzard, shouting out mystical words and weaving vast energies around a sacrificial altar. You step forward and slit the throats of a dozen worthy sacrifices, watching their blood flow along the altar and pool in the center. You summon a vast pool of magical energies, drawing upon the power of Solaris to feed your ritual. You then release the vast energies into the pool of blood on the altar. Wow, vast energy said like 20 times. And lightning arcs everywhere as the blood and souls of the sacrifices are offered up to the Reaper. A moment goes by and a portal appears above the altar, and you know the Reaper is pleased by your offering. A single sheet of parchment flitters down from the portal, landing at your feet, as a loud thunderclap erupts, momentarily stunning you. As you recover, you notice the bodies of the sacrifices and their blood is all gone, as well as the blizzard has greatly lessened. You reach down and pick up the parchment, electricity still arcing along its edges. It is written in an ancient language, but you know it holds the key to defeating the enemy. And that's your vision. You don't have nothing bad, and you don't drop it. You kind of start come out of it. You just kind of like lay it. Man, what do you do with the pearl? You kind of come back to your senses, and you're still holding it.
Fastball special.
I put it in my pocket and say, well, let's go do that heist.
You don't have a big enough pocket.
Just puts an entire freaking softball.
Yeah. Some people use a sock.
Compared to your last. Compared to your last. How was it?
Nice vision. I got a nice powerful spell or something. Had to do a ritual during a certain time of the moon, and was granted great power. It was a good thing. It wasn't a bad vision at all this time. So kind of like how Thag saw himself becoming like elevated in status. You know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow. Yeah, that bodes well for me. Maeve, you wanna, Maeve? No. Why don't we put it someplace safe, if not back where it was, unless you want to dabble with it, Raz. You're the only one who has it yet, right?
Yeah, I intend to see what it shows me this time. The last thing it showed me was rather concerning, but...
So, have a seat, and I'll put it in your lap, and you can touch it without worrying about breaking it. And kind of look over
and I'll put something. I'll put something in your hands.
Just to place it on the table in the cloth, and I'll just touch it instead of holding it.
Okay, I just figured floor would be safer, but yeah.
That's what she said.
I do the little towel wrapped around the circle at the base so it doesn't roll.
Okay.
And then I intend to just touch it. I'm not gonna like pick it up so that I freaking I don't know, zombie swat it across the room into Ferris's head.
Do you need a booster seat to reach it?
No, we already have them on here.
Yeah, most of you guys already have them.
Can you scooch me in a little bit, please? My feet can't touch the.
All right.
Okay, Glizzy kind of sets it up in front of you. You kind of look at everyone, kind of reach out, move the cloth, and then touch it. And you are whisked somewhere else.
I love being whisked.
That's my fetish.
Nasty. You read the ancient runes, a dead language from 1,000 years ago, and decipher the lock. Opening the magically sealed vault, you enter a large chamber, much larger than is possible. Obviously some sort of demiplane. Your eyes are pulled to several scrolls on a desk, openly displaying their alchemic runes, rare formulas for powerful mixtures, written in the same dead language. You can almost feel your bleaching retreating at the mere thought of what those ancient formulas might contain. Sitting next to those parchment in a slightly glowing bottle of green liquid. You recognize it from your studies. An elixir of rejuvenation. A very rare and powerful item that may cure your father's bleaching. As you begin to step forward, a voice calls out from behind you. Not so fast, traitor. You remember the voice and turn to see what you feared. Grunek Amberjack standing down the passage, his arm holding his blade at Rebecca's throat. I believe it's time we finish this. With that, Grunek slit Rebecca's throat, dropping her to die on the floor, and he steps forward. And your vision blacks.
What's his name? Runic? What?
Grunek.
Amberjack.
Runic Amberback.
Amberjack is what you wrote.
Is that what I wrote? I thought it was Amberback.
So everyone had good things happen to him. Glad to hear it.
Mine was good.
Yeah, Razzle just kind of did. I
mean,
like,
we
snap,
died. We all died at the end of mine, so
like snap out of it like
Yep.
the others, or is it more like Glizzic calmly coming out?
You come out kind of calmly, but your adrenaline's pumping up. You're getting ready for a fight. Then you're like, wait a minute. You look around and there's no one there but your friends.
Yeah, Raz is probably coming out with an expression of probably shock and seething anger as he comes out of it before he realizes where he is and kind of regains his composure.
Not a good one, I take it.
That's a literal definition of bittersweet. It has to be up there where I saw my vision last. I'm a bit flustered. We are in a ruin. I imagine the one I intend to investigate. My last vision showed me an old dwarf who apparently has a chip on his shoulder on me, chasing into those ruins. That answer I'm looking for, at least I felt it was. Perhaps a solution to the bleaching, at least the steps or methodology to cure it, perhaps even. But he shows up with a very cherished friend and kills her in front of me before stepping in to confront me. So, a bit of good, a lot of bad.
The friend you saw in your last vision?
Yes. The one who will evidently be involved when this bastard of a dwarf decides to go back somewhere he has no business being.
Why don't you tell her so she can become stronger?
We do have a bit more coin now. Before, it was because messaging people with magic was expensive, and I could not. I inquired if she had even heard from him in recent times, and she had not. Now I would need more money to tell her to prepare for the worst. But we do have more coin now. It is certainly on my. Just jumped to the top of my priority list.
I put it away in my sack then. Sorry.
Yep.
I am very much interested in pursuing those ruins at the earliest convenience we have. If the answer, I truly believe the answer to the bleaching may have been right in front of me in this vision. That is worth pursuing. Am I familiar with the elixir of rejuvenation, or was it in the moment I knew what this was, even though I presently wouldn't
It is
know?
something you can make from the Philosopher's Stone.
Right.
The item we
It
got at
is
first.
Yeah, is this like I
It's
had
like
a knowledge of what it was in the vision, but not here though?
you just knew what it was. You don't know how you knew, but basically it's a level 20 potion
Right.
that if you drink it, it heals all your wounds, heals you up to max, removes all ill effects on you, cures all your ailments, and if the person's dead, like less than a week or something, it brings them back to life with 1 hit point.
It's pretty good stuff, but it requires the Philosopher's Stone to create
Correct.
it.
Yep.
You combine it with like the top tier elixir of life. But I'm not sure if Raz knows that part yet.
I just popped the map up and popped open a few spots.
Hey, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it seems that there is a bit of a not a one and done, a cooldown perhaps. Because I think we tried it a few times on the boat ride back, so there was a
Yep.
doozy of the time limit or a cooldown. But apparently, it will show you something again in the future if you wait long enough. What's it been? 3 months now? Sensing a bit more severity across the board in all of our visions. I don't know what Kruger saw, but I can imagine that it was likely a bit more escalated from what you saw last, yes?
It is just another thing that I always plan to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Though I do have a question. Does anybody know what orichalcum is?
It's the material of it. I think
It's like
that the crafters would all know.
It's like a metal, right?
Yes.
Is there like a check we can do to know like the specifics of it, or just that it just
Give me a
exists?
second. I'm pulling it up.
Okay. I also don't know if there'd be a check involved with like seeing if there is some sort of recollection or something to pull from elixir of rejuvenation. Like, is this just like a a fairy tale alchemist's pipe dream sort of story, like a philosopher's stone, or
No, it's one of the two things you can do with a philosopher's stone.
right? Well, yeah, but I don't know if Raz knows this because the philosopher's stone's already like a mythical item.
Well, you found that's supposed to be that book that had the formula in to make one.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people talking about maybes. I just don't know if this is
No,
like
the rejuvenation potion is one of the things that you're supposed to be able to you're able to do with the philosopher's stone. That and turn like lead into gold or something.
okay, so it's like
Or maybe
it's in line with
iron
like
into
the old
silver. I don't remember what
yeah,
the book says.
yeah, it's led to gold, but it's in line with the whole mythos behind a philosopher's
Yes,
stone.
correct. And if anyone wants to roll for about orichalcum, you can go ahead and roll in the tower. You're rolling either some lore that you think would work or a magic skill probably.
Oh, not crafting.
Oh, crafting would probably work too.
I figure more to just know about the properties of it than anything else.
No one else? Someone almost had a nat 20 there.
Ah, here it is.
Oh, you had to tell me that, Zargan.
And it flopped right under.
It is Amberback, by the way, Zargan. I'm looking at this
Is it?
document right now.
I must have looked at it and copied it wrong.
Applejack, you say, hey?
I was like,
Yep.
Amberjack? He doesn't jack Amber.
All right. I am one person, one thing, and I'll just say it. Sakara, Glizik, and Galgrim. You have heard of orichalcum? It is a super rare and valuable sky metal, coveted for its incredible magical properties. It's like, legendary weapons and armor are made out of this. Mr. Glizik, with your bullshit roll.
Yeah.
Go on.
Your
Tell me
mother
more.
talked to you once about orichalcum.
My mother was orichalcum, yes.
And your father
Out of a
And
father's
that
side.
it is the most hard metal known to anyone.
Well,
That
if
even
it's so hard, how
items
can
that
you work?
Well, it takes very high skill and heat. Items that are made out of orichalcum, even if they're destroyed, like broken into pieces, they magically repair themselves over time. It supposedly has time-bending properties. And all the very powerful legendary artifacts in that are made out of orichalcum, or at least have that as part of their component. Just so you guys know, high-grade orichalcum goes for 10,000 gold per bulk.
That's some good stuff.
So what I need to know, Kruger, is where did you see the metal? So we can go right away.
I didn't see it anywhere.
Damn it.
If I won the fight that I was in, then I would receive orichalcum.
Did you win?
The fight
It-
had just started when I came to,
Galgrim, it's Kruger.
but of
He's
course I
gonna
will win.
see.
Better stuff, eh?
There was. I can't think of any use I would have for it, but it was in my vision that we would need it to defeat some great foe.
I mean, that makes sense with all of the rest of us fighting fucking demon lords in our visions. Not out of the question. Or out of the realm of possibility.
And Galgrim, you said we all died in your vision?
Oh yeah, we got wrecked.
So they all can't be true. If I died in mine, I can't die twice. Maybe.
No, I mean, like
Not
Raz
with
said,
that
they're,
attitude.
like Raz said, they're potential.
Here, Valis comes to save the day.
That's where the horde of the skeletons are coming from.
That may not be the case either, if my vision is to be believed as a potential for the elixir I found has life-bringing properties to it. It can even bring someone back from death. Death in any vision is no consequence unless you're then able to receive it. If you died in yours but were resuscitated in time to die for, say, Galgrim's vision, that is a possibility.
Did they have all of our visions? Did they have any common theme other than some enemy, maybe
Shut up,
an
Zargan, I know.
undead?
I mean, mine was undead horde that we were fighting that had some big, massive thing.
Mine was some big shadow with wings that breathe fire.
Mine just said the enemy. I was trying to make the scroll that we got from the Reaper. So that I
Mine
was
is
trying to,
similar to Glizzix.
yeah.
Do you think that perhaps this is simply an order of events? Think about
It might be showing us different ways to overcome an obstacle in the future.
You said you got like a parchment or a
Mm.
instruction, right? In yours, Glizzic?
I was granted a piece of paper, which I thought was like, going to be like something that would help us defeat this enemy.
What if perhaps you got the first step to something that then we needed to pursue? You got the recipe for something we need. We need the oracle with the freaking. I'm not even gonna try to say that freaking metal's name
Orichalcum.
in that accent. We need the
Uh,
metal to create the object.
So maybe my thing was a formula, you think?
That's my first thought. It's difficult to say. It's simply me just trying to put the visions together in a coherent fashion.
It could be the formula for the weapon that Kruger was talking about, or it could be for your formula, for your elixir.
But we've already determined that these aren't necessarily true.
True.
It could be showing us futures and glimpses. Zakara dies in hers, but perhaps that's not set in stone. We find a formula, we make an item, and we circumvent some by the visions of another.
Save the catfolk, save the world.
For all we know, we're just being shown the path we're on right now.
Well, the one thing that they kind of did show is that there's more for us to do, and that there is someone that we're going to eventually piss off, pretty much.
There's an answer.
Wouldn't it make sense that if this were the case, that it is Orcus?
Right. That does seem to be the motif here. The whole undead, the necromancy, demonic involvements, and from what we learned today from Glizik, a demon lord would fit the bill. Some sort of event, move, perhaps.
What, you mean Ishi's a necromancer and his god is gonna, like, fuck us over?
You keep saying
it-
his god as if he worships and isn't just a wizard.
Just let it happen. If I say it enough, it'll be willed into existence, right?
So what you're saying, Galgrim, is that Orcus is Valis. Okay, I got it. That's a theory.
We're on the same page now.
It's a theory. It's
A
definitely
game
a theory.
theory.
we'll put it under, and I read in my notes, fanfic, but yeah, sure.
Galgrim,
We,
Yeah.
by chance, I don't think I've ever asked you. I've been meaning to. I don't suppose that the Amberback clan is known to your family back in your neck of the woods. I don't believe your two clans.
Action, Zargan. What do I need to roll for that?
For what?
If I know them.
Lord
I didn't-
Dwarf.
Lord Dwarf. If he was familiar with a clan that's not necessarily from his particular. I don't even know. Did you come from a mountain? Did you come from a hill? Where did you come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
The forest.
It's okay. They all know each other.
Do
Well,
I
I
need
know-
to,
They look alike too.
do I need
Well,
to
I
roll
know-
something for that, or would I know anything about them, or
I mean,
For
I know.
who?
the ones
The
inside us, yeah.
Amberjacks.
Yeah, I
Oh,
asked
you
him
don't.
if-
You've never
Amberback.
heard of them before.
Okay, so they're not from my town, basically.
They could be, but you don't. I mean, you're talking where you're from. There's like 15,000 dwarves there.
I just
Yeah.
And they're
Wasn't
all part
sure
of the same clan.
I just wasn't sure
Well,
if
you
this.
said
No,
I
they're
recognized
not.
You said I recognized the blacksmith guild thing.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not the same.
I was just asking him if he had like if the clan's reputation was known elsewhere, sort of thing. But if not, that's fine.
I am
Shot.
not familiar with them.
Shot in the dark.
Nice. Aha! It's gone.
Did you just wipe the chat?
Somebody said something they shouldn't have.
I did.
Way to go.
Oh, was that whisper that you sent to me that I saw?
No, if I sent you a whisper, I meant to go to you. I put something in chat that was supposed to be a whisper.
Oh, well, you
Also
sent me
not-
something. You sent me something about Ferris as a whisper, and I don't know what it was.
Also,
I was just,
I
yeah.
did see it, Naughty. What's my mother's name?
yeah. The second part was, she was a gnome lady killed by a goblin. What's her name?
It's Orc. How come?
That is wrong. You die.
What?
I didn't realize they would clear the whole chat.
I don't get to make like a society roll.
Hashtag
No.
mind wipe.
Society's not.
Why? Do you want to join society now?
No. No, I'm good. Society sucks.
I tell you, the after effects of that orb are awful, man.
Just
I don't
gone.
remember what we said for the last 5-10 minutes.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I haven't told you guys where I'm from, have I?
You haven't said shit about yourself.
You guys know where the bear's from?
Nope.
The
Somewhere
woods.
in the woods.
I think I said something to Zakara at one point, a little more personal.
And why would we believe her? She's a
Yeah, you-
vampire.
You
And
told
a-
her that
and
you
a-
were sleeping with the bear.
When a druid and a bear really love each other, they make a little bear.
I mean,
I made a peace offering. Give Galgum a break, okay?
I mean, he's not getting punched in the face. I think they accepted your peace offering.
I mean, to be fair, if Blizzard punched him in the face, it doesn't really mean that much.
Yeah.
Blizzard could break his own hand. Quite the turn of events
No,
here.
you're not, Glizzik.
No, that's Gallagher is Barney's father.
No, he not either.
So we have a heist gone wrong for Zakara.
How's it going wrong?
I mean, usually,
Oh,
Or the-
future.
yeah. If you end a heist with getting burned alive by some big ass beast, that's usually what I'd consider probably a failed heist.
Your distraction of the dragon was key.
We've moved from heist to smash and grab. We've gone loud.
She got better, apparently.
Well, that's we could have killed the demon lord first, and then
Bane, fix the drill.
that
Get the judge.
that heist that went wrong, it was to steal the tier of Paler, the one I told you guys about before.
Mhm.
Did we ever find out exactly what that thing is capable of, other than possibly curing undead?
Nope.
Do you think it might have? Oh, I think more than just think. I think it has some interaction with what Kruger saw. He needs some metal that's built in mythical artifacts and powerful weapons, a tier that can cleanse undeath, and a bunch of visions about undead and demons. A recipe for Glizzik.
Raz, what you're telling me is we got the instructions between the five of us to kill a god.
Demon Lord.
Minor god in some circles, but yeah, demon lord too.
Little G.
Little G, yes.
So, well, Glizzik, do you think maybe Maeve knows more about it?
I could ask her.
She works front desk on the first floor talking about CEOs. A freaking penthouse suite.
All calmly, I hop down off the chair, and then I just yell for Maeve. Just finally come over to her.
Nothing. Then she floats into the room.
There you are.
Yes, Glizzik.
We were having a discussion, and wondering
That's
if you knew
nice.
anything about Orcus.
Why?
Because we were having visions, and we're afraid that it might be a thing where he kind of is going against us.
I'm gonna kill him.
And we were wondering if you had any info
She
to
looks
try and
at
help us.
Kruger and makes this god awful noise that you take as laughter.
That it may be like a Reaper versus Orcus type thing, and then we're definitely going to be on our guy's side. So I just wondered if you had any info to throw into the circle.
Well, I mean, I don't know how he can be killed. I mean, I'm sure he can. Everything can die, even gods.
Kruger just nods sagely when Maeve says that.
Is there like a? Can
Why
we?
don't you make a
Is
roll
there,
deception check?
can we do?
Kruger absolutely believes that.
I mean,
Glizzik would like to disbelieve on the idea that he will eventually become immortal and unkillable.
I'm not even sure Kruger knows that other gods have died. He is just solidly convinced of the idea that gods can be killed.
If it bleeds, we can kill it, right?
Yeah.
is there?
That is actually part of the Reaper's motto.
I actually do have a genuine curiosity, Zargan. Can we make a check? Because I know a lot of times in mythology, demon lords are a lot different than gods and usually have a different way, like a more traditional way to die anyway. Is there something we can roll to maybe No, like I know we didn't roll for shit against like recalling specifically Orcus, but is there something we could roll to maybe like recall some? This is how a demon lord dies.
You have no idea.
Is it like D&D or like Pathfinder where you have to kill him twice? Which sin is it?
None of you deal with this. Is someone who even has some occult, and even so, it's not like his specialty.
It's a small cult too, and it's only 2 cats at this point. It's a cult.
Have you talked to the cats? You're their servants.
Right.
No, I believe this actually gives us a bit more because if
Be right back.
I read your disgruntled reaction to the letter you got from Poppington, Zakara, I take it we don't have an appointment with him.
Unfortunately, not. I asked if he had any referrals, maybe that he could introduce us to, but still waiting to hear back on that.
Do you think he would know much about demon lords or Orcus in particular? I think our interest may have shifted to something a bit more pointed. The Newell is still a concern, and we should continue to pursue that. The little icicle will continue to be a thorn in our side, but for all we know, he might end up in that lot anyway.
I know he had specialties. I'm trying to recall what they were.
I mean, undead was one of them, so at the very least, there is some common ground there, since Orcus is, necromantic, undead, all that fun stuff. So I would hope at least knows something more than we do. Failing that, we could just take a trip to the library on a weekend, sort of thing, and see what we can find in public records.
Well, keep in mind we had the vision from Valis about the undead master who was trying to get him to go visit to get more power and stuff from him.
Yeah, I mean,
May
pretty sure
or may not be same place.
I would not be surprised to find that perhaps he was hearing a call of someone who might be the antagonist in all of our visions. It seems like he would be tempted by that. Whether or not he succumbs completely, only he would know the answer to that.
If not the same musician, at least it's the same tune, ballpark.
He specialized in undead, astrology, and mathematics.
Evil mathematics.
Perhaps it's worth a shot. Perhaps it's worth a shot. Perhaps we can discuss with him some big bad demon lord who dabbles in a whole lot of necromancy.
Well,
Sounds like another downtime.
Future.
Once I don't want to send too many requests at once, so once I hear back from him, I'll send another message.
Fair enough. We got plenty on our plate anyway.
Oh, before I forget, Maeve?
Yes.
Do you know anything about the Tear of Palor?
Do you have it?
No, but I think I'd like to get it someday.
You and most other people.
Do you know what it does?
No. Do you?
I thought I did.
I know it's a relic of the god Palor, but other than that,
it's kind of in the name.
And it's a giant diamond. Probably get a couple resurrection spells out of it. I mean,
Well, yeah, I thought the same thing.
What an abhorrent use of the raw material of an artifact.
Well, Zarka just got done saying that work alchemy is part of construction of these mythic materials, so we could have infinite diamonds for resurrection.
It'll just keep putting itself back together. Wait, so you got this just to cast Revivify? Uh-huh.
no, Mage Hand too.
I'm making my epic level 8 theory right now. We're going to put together some sort of Orcus army killing thing made out of a Tear of Palor and a resurrecting fucking alchemical item to make a fuck you demon lord serum or item.
You gotta make a weapon that no one in the party can use.
Doesn't have to be a fucking holy avenger.
Oh,
Just has to be a fuck you undead. Like you hit a zombie with a sword, and now he's not a zombie anymore. He's just a dude cut in half.
Bio, it's got to be a pole arm that none of us have ever heard of before. Something weird like ranseur or military fork. That we never.
all pike.
A gnomish hook hammer.
That's when Bob joins the party and uses it as an improvised weapon.
Wait,
It's a
flick
horse
mace.
chopper.
It's a flick
chopper.
mace.
Just make a wand out of orichalcum.
And it shoots
Just
tears
poke things
of Paylor. One for you, one for you, one for you.
Some people came through the area and they just started shooting diamonds at all the poor folk, and now money is just completely spiraled out of control. Those mango shakes you wanted to be 8 million gold, please. Are we still gonna have time for the heist tonight, or we did there too much?
Well, I don't know. That depends on how much time you guys spend.
This all happened at breakfast, right?
Yep.
Still gotta ask Guillermo where the fuck he got this crate in the first place, but
We can put a note on it while we go do our heist, in case he comes.
need to speak.
Well, if you guys are done speaking, you guys go off and do your daytime job, earn your couple gold, come back. Some of you bathe off and get ready. Other ones don't bathe off and just get ready.
I'm not gonna let you forget about that last part of downtime I need to do with Sakara.
Well, you better do it then.
You said we're gonna do it, and then heist plans. I just figured it was gonna be after the heist.
That's fine too.
At this point, after the heist, because we're gonna have to freaking lay low anyway. Also, because we haven't actually started this heist we were supposed to do tonight.
Well, I figured it'd be at least 2 hours for you guys just to plan the heist, so. And I was pretty spot on that.
I call shenanigans the moment you drop that pearl. You're like, yeah, I can push this back another week. Fuck this heist.
No, I'm just lighting a fire under some kettles that need to get their ass moving out of town.
Say that like I haven't tried already.
Several people have things to do out of town, and they're dragging their feet. But, okay, so you guys come back, dress up in your whatever clothes you think you're wearing. Are you back, Mystic?
Yeah.
Got my
okay.
clothes.
Because I want each of you to describe to me what you're wearing and taking with you. So, Galgrim, what are you wearing / taking with you, or what is your means of getting in there?
Full-on combat loadout, normal adventuring gear type setup. And we're going to do the pet cache spider form thing to get me inside.
Okay. All right. Who are you going to ride on?
Probably Zakara or Kruga, one of the two.
Well, those are two different people. You need to pick one.
You can go with me.
Okay.
All right.
Raz,
what are you wearing?
Easier.
Oh boy. I probably have to actually give most of my crap to Galgrim to hang on to. Because I'm pretty sure walking in with about 15 flasks and elixirs probably not gonna fly.
We won't be able to get him back unless he drops the form.
This is true. I mean, so Zakara's got those poisons. I already used the dark vision. I gave everyone a cheetah's elixir. Zakara's got the book thief brew, and Galgrim's got the other one. Actually, I actually don't have that much on me to begin with. I got one blind pepper bomb, which is just a little fucking stick anyway. Or a tiny little vial. I got a quicksilver mutagen and 2 elixirs. You know what? Actually, I feel like I've got a little enough on me that putting them in a flask or just like a flask or 2's worth of liquid is probably actually doable. I thought I had more on me than I did. So yeah,
what are you wearing?
I'm going to be wearing my fine clothing we bought for our last decent event. The very nice full coat with the little tunic vest on the inside, with the matching attire, the reds and the golds. But a bit more.
Your snake.
The snake. Oh boy.
It's the belt.
I mean, that's how it acts. But I usually, if you walk up to someone with a literal snake around your belt, they're probably gonna think that's weird. Who to give this snake to? Kruga is wearing a robe, yes?
Depends on what Raz has advised him to wear.
That's all Kruger has to wear. That might be. I mean, he has that in normal clothes or all natural.
We can take him to go get some fine clothes. They can still have that.
Not now.
Maybe not now.
It's like 2 hours before the event.
We had like the whole fucking day.
You were working the whole day. And when I posted this the other day, not a single person said anything about getting new clothes until Kruger said, is my Explorer clothes good enough?
Yeah, and then you never answered anything about it.
Because no one knows. No one
Yeah,
knows.
you didn't even tell us that, though.
I asked and it was never answered.
Huh?
I guess we're just going to try the freaking pilgriming monk thing here, because that's all you got to use, right?
Would appear.
So I guess I'm going to hand you the snake to hide under your robes.
I mean, if you have a ticket
And you do have a ticket. I mean,
and
that's totally
you're
an thing
not
you can do.
dressed too outrageously, I don't think they would refuse you.
Yeah, something simple that could be believed as a pilgriming monk. I mean, I'm planning on being with you for that part anyway. I can easily introduce you as such and probably convince any random Joe Schmo at the gate. So yeah, I'm gonna give you this trouser snake to wear under your robe.
Whoa.
So there's the snake. If anybody asks, it's just a really good snakeskin belt. Nice and thick, good texture, great craftsmanship.
Kruger's like, it's not even a snake skin belt, it's just a snake belt.
It's just a snake belt.
I found this on the way here. It was,
I'm
it was in the yard.
So fucking zen, even serpents are chill with me.
All right, so you're
I
not
have
taking
killed
any
them.
weapons, Raz.
No.
All right.
What am I gonna do with a slingshot?
I don't know.
Bomb
Kruger,
someone's eye out?
what are you wearing? Taking.
I'm just gonna go in my like regular getup. Like it's not anything particularly fancy, but like I don't hold any weapons or anything on me.
No darts, no nothing like that.
Yeah, I'll leave the darts. I don't need those. Like I
How
don't.
about your obvious hand wraps?
I'll go buy gloves.
100 gold for gloves.
Would people really question me about like hand wraps?
I mean, they look like you're there for a fight. People don't usually walk around wearing those.
Yeah, I'll just buy like a pair of gloves to use in lieu of that.
So, what do you mean in lieu? So you're taking hand wraps off and putting gloves on?
No, I'm putting gloves over the hand wraps.
Okay.
I hate you guys.
You wouldn't take an old man's hand wraps, would you?
All right. Glizzik, what are you wearing taking?
Everyone's worried about Kruger. I'm most
My
worried
normal
about Blizzard.
My normal like adventuring clothes. I am proudly displaying my assembly member pin as if it were a medal, and I'm planning on bringing my staff of fire with me because I am Academy Assembly of Magic.
So no other visible weapons?
Most of my stuff, gear-wise, I left at home, other than like stuff I think I need for the job. So I'm actually traveling really light.
Okay.
No cookware, no cauldron. Maeve's just gonna be floating next to my head. I'm not trying to hide what I am. I'm just coming as a mage of the city.
Gotcha.
All the things like the leather from the dragon and that's not on me.
Are you guys all wearing your dueling capes?
No, it doesn't go with the outfit.
I am proud.
Okay. Kruger, you wearing yours?
No, we're supposed to be sneaky or something.
Okay.
We're here to enjoy a night of culture and the arts.
Zakara, what are you wearing and bringing?
How thick is leather? Would it fit under clothes?
It would probably be obvious.
Okay. Then
Oh, speaking of that, so you're not wearing your armor either, Raz? No, you're wearing your fine clothes, right?
Yeah, I'm not wearing the armor.
Okay, make sure
I'm gonna
you
take this off.
unequip it.
We're here to heist, not get stabbed.
okay. No armor then. I would like to hide a few daggers on myself, but my rapier is in my bag of holding.
Okay.
How many actions does it take to get out?
Out of a bag of holding? Probably 2.
And like draw the bag, then draw an item from the bag.
Yep.
Okay. Well, technically, I could also attack with that same second action if I needed to.
No,
No, not for quick
that's
draw.
with you. It'd be 3 for everyone else because it's basically pull the bag out, pull the item from the bag, and then you have to. Then third action would be to draw the weapon.
Oh, because I guess it's still sheathed. Yeah.
You can put it in there without the sheath.
Eh,
Poke a hole in that bag of holding.
that's okay.
All right.
I
No
mean,
fun for me.
hopefully I won't need it.
How many daggers are you trying to hide on your person?
3.
Only
Okay.
16.
And I want 2 of them to have the poison on them.
Don't let them
Wait.
touch your skin.
Oh, wait,
Is
did
one
you?
of them magical?
Yes.
So your magical dagger has poison on it.
Yes.
Okay.
And sorry, Rez, did you give me 1 or 2 of them?
I gave you 2.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you're the only one who can really use them. Kruger can't punch poison into someone.
Not that kind of poison.
Yeah. I gotta get him the mask that just, like, aerosol sprays when you damage someone.
Yep.
And
So if something needs to be affixed to armor, I can't just affix it to clothes, can I?
If your
No.
clothing is considered armor, yes, but otherwise no. And normal clothes are not armor.
You have to have explorer's clothes specifically because it calls out that you can fix stuff to it like normal, essentially.
Yeah, there's like 3 things that are normal clothing like, but are considered armor. Explorer's clothes, robes for wizards. There's a scroll robes in the new book, and geese are, which is what Kruger's explorer clothes is gone to turn into.
those scroll robes look so cool, too.
They are. Anything else, Sakara, you're bringing?
I mean, everything I'm bringing in my bag of holding.
So your normal gear is going to be in your bag of holding, including your armor? I mean, it'll all fit if you have, time to put it on.
Yeah. Might as well.
Okay. All right. What are you wearing? Do you have any fine clothes?
Yeah, the ones I bought when we saw Pierre before.
Okay. You do have fine clothes there. You and Raz both.
Only 2 of us with an ounce of culture in
I
this
think
group.
Valis has some too, because I think he went with you guys too. But
Yeah.
no one else has the fine clothes. All right. You guys take your invitations, and are you going as a group, or how are you going?
I was thinking me and Kruger and maybe Zakara. 2 people who look like they probably could actually show up to an event like this and guiding someone who's probably new in town and being shown the place. That's the
So then
angle. I was
Glizzik
thinking.
just shows up by himself.
And Glizzik does Glizzik.
Okay.
And Galgrim will be on my shoulder or back or something.
Okay. You guys head out about 5 minutes or so away from the place, kind of duck into an alley. Galgrim pet caches Bernie, and then he turns to a spider and crawls onto your hand and up your arm, Sakara. And you guys head up. Glizzik, you get there first.
How much for
How much what?
how much are the tickets
You
to
have a
enter?
ticket.
We have invitations already.
Oh,
It's by invitation only, just so you know.
I
It's not
see
open
the
to
other
the
people.
public.
I see the other people approaching, and as they're presenting at the gate, then or entrance, I will try and get my little thing out for the invitation, and
Okay.
just be like, I'm supposed to be here," type thing, attitude about it,
You
and
get in
go on.
line. There's a short line. People are pulling up in carriages and stuff, getting out wearing fancy clothes. You could tell right away they're mostly nobles. There's about 7 or 8 guards out front, obvious guards. Most of them wearing city watch clothes. A couple in like museum clothes, and then half a dozen servants. Helping people out of carriages. Checking invitations. You get in line. You probably wait up a minute or two. Then they come up. The guy taking invitations kind of looks you over, kind of disdainly, holds out his hand for your invitation.
Big toothy smile, like actually like trying to be nice, but it looks horrid on a goblin as I hand over the invitation. I do want to see if I know any of the guards from past involvements that we've been,
No,
either
you do
from the
not.
bear fight or the vampire fight. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
He kind of looks at it, holds it up to the light. He's checking it like 5 or 6 different ways. You can tell he obviously thinks it's forged. While he's doing this, another gentleman comes up to you and starts looking you over.
Big smile at him as well too. I'm supposed to be here. This is legit. That's what I'm radiating.
He kind of leans over, mutters something to the guy checking your ticket, and then he steps back. The guy kind of, then kind of hands your ticket back. Welcome to the event. Please enter.
I pull out the giant rainbow lollipop that I got from the circus, and I start licking, and I walk in.
Still holding on to that thing.
Covered
only
in
about half
lint
gone.
and dirt and stuff. Yeah. Goblin spittle.
There's a few spots where it looks like cats have chewed on it.
Oh yeah. Still good.
All right,
No
you
use
go
for
into the first room for your, a bunch of people there in finery and that kind of just small talking. The doors are opened off. The double doors. There's 4 sets of them coming out of the room there, leading into the main area. There's people in there. People walk around with little trays, holding up drinks and finger foods. No, they're not actual fingers.
Damn it. So disappointed.
So you start making your way in, while the other 3 come up to the thing.
Can I make a
Go
quick
ahead.
change?
What?
I reread my experienced smuggler feat, and it does not work if someone is actively searching me. It only works on passive observers. So I wanted to put the daggers in my bag for now and try to stealthily take them out later and hide them on myself.
Okay.
Should have settled with the druid.
You guys come up there, and once again, people in these real fancy, fashionable clothes getting out of carriages and shit with servants, and you guys are walking up. Get in line, wait a couple minutes, come up. The guy there kind of looks at Raz first, then Zakara, and then at Kruga, and kind of looks a strange look to his face. Holds out his hand for your invitations.
Hand them over.
Yep.
As we're coming up, I'm making it obvious that Kruga is with us, kind of giving him at a distance, making it look like I'm just kind of talking about a bunch of the sites around, giving the tour guide aspect there. He probably looks bored out of his mind, but that stoic, emotionless face is probably only going to do you a favor here.
All right, Raz, go ahead and roll me a deception check then.
This is to help eschew any freaking heat off of Kruga, hopefully. Do you see
All
Sean?
on you.
Am I doing this in the tower or out in the open?
It can be in the open. How else can I suck the hero points out of you guys early?
Yeah, I'm gonna do hero point.
Suck.
It's Mega Mate, sir. She's gone from suck to blow.
Ah!
That's a
I
little
was
better.
waiting. I was waiting for you to roll a 3.
I know,
like
me
you guys
too.
normally do. All right. He kind of, you notice the other guy, as with Sakara, kind of moves a little bit forward, kind of looking you guys over. Obviously, checking, looking for concealed items or see if you're wearing weapons, and none of you are. A minute, the guy hands back your invitation. She goes, "Welcome to the event. Please enter." At this point, you guys are coming up. You notice some of the nobles, especially the men, all are wearing like a dagger on their belt. Not like swords or nothing, but they all seem several, not all, but probably about half of them have like a dagger or something. It looks ceremonial or all fancy. You're not sure if they'd be really good in a real fight, but several of them are wearing them.
Not a tool, but not a tool knife. Fancy knife.
Exactly. And then you guys go in as well.
But the question is Galgrim's knife fancier?
I feel
What
like
knife, Spider Boy?
I feel like a clan dagger should definitely qualify as anyway.
Yeah, but it's dwarven, so their fancy is a little different. So you guys
Where do you think all the fancy gems and shit come from? We
that
get
doesn't
them
mean
first.
you guys use them for yourself.
I mean, to my understanding, it's like trying to freaking wrestle teeth out of his skull, trying to take a clan dagger away from a dwarf.
I
Mystic
think
gets his away.
Mystic, I think they come from real dwarves.
Fuck you.
Wow. All right, so you guys go in. It's probably about 6:15 or so. All of you are in here. What are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna start perusing the scene, seeing if we can find what we're looking for here. Casual guest. Take some finger food, of course. The odd drink or two. Make sure to. And anybody gives Krug any side eyes, of course, engaging him in a very tour guidey aspect. So it's very clear that I'm here to show him a good time, even if he doesn't look like he's having one. I'm at least excited to give it.
Okay.
At least as far as anyone else is concerned.
All right. I would like everyone but Galgrim to roll me a perception.
In the tower.
No, it can be in the open.
Perception.
Remember, I got to burn those hero points off you.
No, you don't.
Why doesn't Galgrim get a perception?
Because you're
You're
hiding
hiding.
Zakara's fur.
That was almost a one. I'll take the
I can't be
fail.
peeking out and looking?
No.
I'm a spider. Nobody would notice.
Until someone does
Flies
go
would.
smack. And then a dwarf
Flies
appears on your shoulder.
An angry dwarf.
Wow, we have a master of perception. All right, Raz and Glizzik. Obviously, you don't really see a whole lot or nothing that you're looking for due to your smaller stature,
I can only see what's in
and
front
the
of
fact
me.
that you're grabbing snacks and drinks too. Glizzick's over there. He has this one waiter like stuck in a corner as he keeps taking food off the tray, like emptying tray after tray.
One more.
One
more.
He shoves some in his mouth, puts some in his pockets for later. Typical Glizzick.
Yeah, I'm basically pointing our tour guiding attention towards every display we go by, kind of relying on the other two to be the ones to spot
As
things.
you can see on the map I gave you, the items on the map are actually where there are what's there.
I was wondering about that.
Haha. As you guys are kind of doing the loop here in the first area, the first main room, you see that Ankh on the southern side in the second little display case.
Wait, I don't see what you're talking about. Where things are where? Or like the art of the
art of the map is what's actually there.
Gotcha.
If you zoom in there where someone's putting that marker, there's an Ankh on that thing. There's a vase next to it. There's a book next on the other side. There's a like a fancy chest or coffer on the end one there.
Where somebody? Okay, right there. Got it.
Yep.
Main floor.
So you guys kind of go through there, kind of look around. There's probably 20 or so other people in here, guests, not counting a half a dozen staff moving around, coming and going with like drinks and that. And you guys all, the three of you walk by, and Glizzik's off on his own, looking at, the wall, But you guys have located the Ankh.
I don't know
Or at
art,
least
but
what
I
looks
know what I
Mission
like.
accomplished.
Just looking at the blank wall, there's no picture there or anything. I don't know art, but I know what I like.
Exactly.
It's just a crack.
It's white. Reminds me of
Mhm.
snow.
Mm-hmm. At
Pretty
home.
much straight in and to the left, huh?
Do they have like little descriptive placards or anything like that?
They do. They all have their little tables there. There's a glass dome over each of them, like a little, not a dome, but like a display case that you see. A reel on the back of them. There's a small little lock mechanism. But you don't see any like easy way, no keyhole or nothing on it. So nothing easily visible. On each one is a little plaque, like telling what it is and kind of where it's from, and a little bit like, this is 2,000 years old and blah blah blah. And the only thing of real importance you see on the one with the Ankh, it was found in some country you've never heard of, in the ruins of you've never heard of. It is dedicated to the god Ra, who was basically like the Egyptian sun god.
They're just making these gods up.
And they think it's roughly, 1,500 years old.
All right. So we got to locate. How's it looking in here? Like, what's the total party attendance? Are we talking crowded here? Are we talking enough wiggle room to kind of?
There's probably 30 to 40 guests at the moment, between on the first floor here at the moment. I mean, it's not like it's not bumping, it's not elbow to elbow, but
what's their security detail looking like on the inside? They got guys just kind of walking around.
Don't see any.
Hmm.
Can I look for sneaky security guards?
Sure, go ahead and roll me perception.
Just kind of we're just going down the line, reading each of these things. Obviously, we get to the Ankh, and we're gonna kind of.
Mr. Kruger, as you're looking around, you're kind of ignoring the objects because you're not, because you don't really care that much. You do notice some of the people, some of the wait staff look a little burly to be waiters.
Hmm.
You think some of them might be disguised security.
Interesting.
No visible weapons or nothing, but as you know by yourself, you don't need a weapon to beat someone's ass.
True.
I ain't need no weapon to lay hands. Do I see Glizzik as we're kind of going around here? Like, where's
you don't
Glizzik
see him right away, but as the people mingle that, you do see him kind of. He's on the other side, looking at stuff, licking his licking his lollipop, shoving a little sandwich in his mouth out of his pocket.
Being a little bit of a low-key nuisance at a formal event.
Kind of.
Memorable distraction, yeah.
Hello,
making off-color remarks on people.
I crawl up to Zakara's ear and whisper because I can talk.
You tickle her ear, she smacks it and kills you.
You gotta be careful with those ear hairs.
Hey, see if you can find me a back rooms area, kitchen, something like that.
The privy?
I nod and I'll go to that little. Well, is that room at the bottom blocked off?
At the double doors to the south? Yes. Sign says staff only.
Okay. Then.
Perfect.
Is it locked? If I try it.
Sorry, I had to send a text to the fam. As you go to mess with the door opens and a waiter comes out and he goes, "Excuse me, can I help you?"
I'm sorry, I thought there was more to see in here.
No, see, he points to the sign. Staff only.
I jump off and run kind of while the door's open.
Roll me a
My-
stealth check.
As a spider?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many times you see a little spider as big as like, I don't know, a BB come down from the ceiling or something, but you still see it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Speaking as someone who lives with a hardcore arachnophobe, she spots the freaking tiniest little fucking things.
I spotted one the other day coming down from my ceiling right by my computer desk, no bigger than a freaking, I don't know. I mean, it was small, like a BB size maybe.
Oh, hey, it might
You
be
haven't
fire. Okay.
You haven't lived unless you have an arachnophobe driving. You're in the passenger seat, and all of a sudden they see one in the car,
Yeah.
and they rip off their shoe and try and kill it
While they're driving.
while driving. Yes, that's my sister. Yeah. Taking off the tongs to try and beat the spider to death and it was tiny. Like you're talking like a millimeter, small spider, screaming at.
All right, you kind of hop off, and where are you headed?
Into the staff area.
Okay, you start making your way back there.
I'm assuming that Zakar kind of heads back to Raz and I.
I'm assuming she
After.
does
Yes.
after delivering her payload.
Yeah. So like
Dead drop has been placed.
when she gets back, I'm just gonna like say to both of them, is there any reason why some of your strongest people serve food?
I just kind of look around at the burly guards, or not guards, but wait staff. Eye candy.
As you
Or-
look at the one that Kruger points out, he doesn't move very well for a waiter. Like, he doesn't look like a waiter to you guys. As you kind of watch him, he's not like super good with the tray and stuff like waiters are.
Not graceful with it, not like he does it for a
Exactly.
living.
Exactly.
But failing that, probably because it's not what he normally does for his living, eh? Well, I can see from here that Glizik is, he won't get himself kicked out, but he's garnering some attention. Maybe a bit of prodding in the right direction. Can you see all eyes in that direction?
Do you have a goblin prod?
Yeah. I mean, just wind Glizik up, and I'm sure he can find some way to low-key piss off Kruga in a very convincing fashion. I mean, the goblin's a natural performer. Just enough to get the burly waitstaff looking that way, right? But seems Glizik's making his rounds, making himself a little He's really going to town on those little weenies.
I dropped Gelgrim off.
I'll be waiting if you guys need me. You have to signal me somehow. I'm primed. I'm just at this point.
Glizik, go for it.
Subtle, it's fine, but just kind of a. I'm not gonna really like do anything outlandish until I understand what else is going on.
So
You think he has maybe half an idea what the plan was supposed to be? He was really playing with the camera.
Glizik's really taken off with the plan here. He's got eyes in him. You think you could give him a bit of a nudge, Kruga? Get everyone looking there? Not a physical nudge. Maybe I should rephrase.
I was about to say, Cree's gonna go over there and fucking nudge Glizik.
So you want me to knock him into one of the display stands?
Straight into like a tray of food.
Perhaps, maybe actually, yeah. Maybe you have a little accident. Maybe you accidentally
Watch where you're going, oaf.
and you two can go out of it. Yeah. You two could work something like that. I can see it working, yes.
I won't like really say anything else. I'll just like walk over there as Glizik's doing whatever Glizik is doing, being a
Well-
general nuisance. And were you gonna say something?
Yeah. Well, as Kruga starts to walk away, I'll sort of grab his robe to pull him back.
Okay.
I'll kind of give her like this glare, like how dare she touch me?
I'll smile back.
Now bite her head off.
Before Glizik makes a spectacle of himself, we do want him to make the copy.
Perhaps we find. Just get them over here, and I'm sure Zakara could pass off that message. Glizik does his thing, and then Kruga and Glizik have a low-key alteration. We don't want a full brawl. Just enough to turn heads. Would that be enough for you, Zakara?
I say just enough to turn heads. Kruger thinks back to when they're in the cave. There's a goblin. He backhanded it and just snapped his neck immediately.
Twisting the head off.
Kruga just makes a small smile on his face.
Ah,
He's
good
like,
time.
turn the head
Not even-
completely around on the body.
Completely forgets his short anger on Zakara.
I don't, well, Glizik's going to come here first, but I'll need to do some scouting as well to check for traps. I just took a brief glance.
You're going to go invisible, yes?
I suppose, yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I'll be looking pretty closely at it. I am uncomfortable that the staff entrance is so nearby.
We might have to trust that Galgrim can create a bit of a commotion back there for you. Or at least keep the waitstaff busy. Are you able to... Actually, you know what? Doors opening by themselves are kind of weird, but if you need a place, I was thinking maybe you hit up one of the bathrooms, take your potion, and then yeah, I can open the door for you. No one's in there. I'm going to the bathroom. You slip out, sort of thing.
Well, those are bathrooms near the bottom.
I think those are privies, right?
Those are like privies. Yes.
Yeah. So that she doesn't have to worry about freaking chugging a potion out in the open and being spotted. She can just go to the bathroom.
There's basically 3 males and 3 for the women, 3 for the men.
Yeah, we can work something out there. As soon as she goes invisible, she can like tap the door and I can just open it for her or something. That way it doesn't look weird. I don't know how busy it is over there. It's like people in and out constantly, but maybe she can just do that without any help. Either way, yeah, Glizik will eventually make his way over here, I'm sure, making the rounds. When he gets over here, we'll let him know that we're ready to, copy the thing. And then that distraction team is a go. So do what you got to do, Zakara. When you come back, just, I don't know, tap us or something. Let us know that you're there and you're good to go.
Well, the potion lasts, is it 10 minutes?
For the invisibility, yeah. As long as you don't do any hostile actions. I copied it into Brotherhood General.
All right.
I'd like to when I do the creation thing, it's gonna take like a minute. It says according to the spell, unless the item does it faster.
Oh, that's right. I
So,
forgot about that.
so I'll sit there and I'll talk about the items that are nearby on the shelf, the book, the vase that are there also as well too. Kind of in a loud voice, just saying how they're okay. It's nothing like what I had back home. Our stuff was much better, and looked nicer, shine brighter, type stuff. It's all right, if you like that kind of thing, I guess. And then by the end of that, kind of muttering under my breath or whatever, I'll actually make the copy. Who's close by for me to hand it off to with a sleight of hand check?
So it's not something you create in a space; it's an actual object. Gotcha.
I mean, if you need something like a pipe or whatever, fitted onto like another pipe, that's one thing. But I'm casting a spell through the item.
I'll head away from like where all this stuff will happen, and I'll kind of pick up Glizzik's being the obnoxious, not social person, essentially, except the Kruger version. Like, so I'll
So
just
you
like,
start hitting people.
so I'll go over there and like when the food and stuff like comes by on the little trays and like that type of stuff, because that's what's happening. It's like a little hors d'oeuvres, right?
Correct.
Well, like I'll basically kind of like be over there and I'll just grab like a handful of them. Not so much that I'm like knocking over like the platter, but enough of that like anybody will like notice and just be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is this orc doing here?"
Well, don't worry, they already know. No, they've already said that.
Yeah, but it'll be extra noticeable now.
Okay. And Zakara, you went off to the privy, right? With Raz in tow.
She might not need my help on that one. In fact, I have something else I'll do when she's done. If she doesn't need my help.
There's not like a line of people for the bathroom, is there?
No, there's not.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go by myself.
Okay. She's
I'll
a big girl now.
Yeah. All by herself. Good for you.
What are you doing, Raz?
I'm gonna be hanging around the ping. I'm gonna be hanging around that southeast exhibit, kind of where the staff door is, that corner, kind of meandering around looking at the exhibits and whatnot.
By that book?
Yeah, when I get the feeling that shit is starting and they're moving in to start the plan, my goal here is to kind of like wait staff comes out. Get their attention, say, could you go, some of these little grape champagnes are really good. Could you go and maybe get some more? Basically distract them. So I'm positioning myself there to kind of give Zakara more opportunities to not have shit get spotted by heading off any wait staff.
Okay.
With
All
a
right,
big
so
old
Glizik.
smile.
Well, first, Zakara goes off, goes into the bathroom, goes into her little privy. She doesn't do any business, except some monkey business. She pulls out a potion, she chugs it. Instantly, you fade from view. Then you kind of start coming back out through the doors. That's the most dangerous spot. Go ahead.
Before I leave there, I'm gonna just take the 3 daggers out and hide them on me.
Don't forget your Cheetos.
Okay.
And they're.
I thought I dropped
Sorry.
the voice on my shoulder off earlier.
We have freaking pigeons in this bathroom.
No, Megan, I was just trying to say, instead of potion of visibility, it's a potion of disintegration. So as you fade from view. That's all I can think of when Zarg was saying that.
Here again, we don't know what happened. She just went to the
bathroom. She went into the bathroom.
She did get it from you, Glizik.
It went right into the toilet. No one ever saw what happened to her.
It's permanent invisibility, right?
Right. Rolled really bad on the check. It's correct.
Your body is gone forever.
And just to see, when I hide them on myself, it's not like there's floating daggers. They're invisible too, right?
Well, I'm assuming you take the daggers out first, then drink your potion. So yes.
So are you saying that when she goes to steal the thing, it'll just be floating?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Bag of holding.
At first, I mean, it doesn't instantly, as soon as you touch it, doesn't turn invisible.
No, I don't know how it works, but I was hoping if I like put it under my clothes, which are invisible, that it would
probably be invisible. But while you're taking it, it's just floating in space.
Okay, yeah, that I figured.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, Zakara.
Alright, and I have... No, this is bright light in here, isn't it?
Yes. The area is well lit. You could have rolled that in the open, but I'll let you know. You rolled a 5.
Can I use a hero point?
You can.
God damn it.
You knew it had to happen to someone tonight. All right.
After the 20 before, yeah.
You come out of the privy, fine. You start heading out the door back into, out of the women's area. And as you open the door, someone's also right there, and you kind of bump right into them. And they're like, they kind of stop and look as you dart around them. And they're like, what the hell?
Having too much.
And you kind of dart out and around the corner, leaving her behind.
Toilet paper attached to your heel the whole time.
Yeah. Toilet paper. Now, this is one of the parties where you have to bring your own. There's a stack of there are some old Sears catalogs in there, but that's it.
Bidet.
Did
it just look like that was just a regular guest?
Yes. You dart around there and head back out into the main area. All right, Glizzy, you take your minute and you create another Ankh in your hand.
My explorer clothing are supposed to be kind of like robes or whatever it says in the description of it, whether it's monk robes or wizard robes or whatever like that. So I'm assuming it doesn't have to be like out in front of me, easy to see, that I could just, kind of in the sleeve or whatever. And I'd like to try and sleight a hand, pass it to Kruga, who's also got his monk robes on.
Kruga is not near you at the moment.
Oh, I thought he was over by where the thing is. Okay. I don't see anyone else of our team in the room currently, though.
No, you do. Raz is about 10 feet away from you over by the corner.
Because he was holding the door for his car coming out or something?
No, I'm just on
remember how to freaking ping.
That's fine. I'm assuming by the southern staff entrance, he was saying.
Yeah, just kind of on those exhibits on that side.
Yeah, he's like one exhibit over to the east.
Okay. Regardless, I'd like to try and sleight a hand it into maybe like his belt or someplace where it's not easily seen from my sleeve to his sleeve. Like an Ocean's 11 thing where they're passing the item and they're doing the the grand scape of the ballroom type stuff.
I've never seen those movies, so okay.
So we're doing a camera shot where we're passing one thing to another, and then someone else will come grab it off of him. Now you can see me.
Yeah, now you see me is a better example of that.
Yeah, with
Go
the
ahead
card
and
trick.
roll that sleight of hand.
That's going to be thievery.
Yep.
You want it open?
Well,
so
is it thievery or is it stealth?
Thievery would be sleight of hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
do it open.
It's not pickpocket. It's more of a put pocket. I feel comfortable with an 18.
I saw that 4. I saw that 4.
I know. I saw it. I'm like, oh, crap! I have to start pretending like this goblin was pickpocketing me.
Okay, and then after I do that, I'm going to continue walking past a little bit to the next display, and then start kind of making a loud oration about it to the people that are, next to me there.
As you start, the people kind of move along. Nobody really wants to be around you at the moment.
I keep talking in a louder than normal voice, pretending that people are listening to my every word as I go on about the item.
Okay.
Like I'm with a tour.
Yep. All right, Zakara, you come down the hallway there. You see Glizzy talking to himself loudly in front of the book, which is kind of near where Raz is. And you see Kruga over more so in the middle of the room, talking with the wait staff, grabbing handfuls of food.
All right, I'm gonna go over to Raz and tap him on the shoulder.
Ah!
That's a hostile act.
Took
Just
10
does
years
that
off.
and goes, made you look.
All right,
She appears as the Cheshire Cat just ahead.
I'll feel the tap, and then I'll just kind of quietly mention Glizzic passed me the swap.
I'll whisper back. I bumped into someone coming out of the privy.
Yeah, that.
Hopefully they were drunk.
Let's hope so. If they, I'll describe the person to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Random lady number 87.
She on the
No.
combat draft.
93.
Ah, so she's wearing the ruby ring and those like pink pearls, not the white pearls.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I'll tell her that Glizzic passed me the stand-in, so she's gonna have to freaking sneak that one off me. I don't know when I became the fucking drop bag, but
Alright, I will take a quick look around, see if anyone is
No one's
looking
around at the area at the moment. People are looking, but they're mostly looking at the loudmouth goblin.
we'll kind of try to shimmy or position myself so that that part of my belt or wherever the fuck Glizzic just put this
Yep.
thing is a little bit more accessible. I don't know if I can like help her,
Okay.
like an aid check or with that, if she needs to
Yeah,
make a check.
That's when you notice the ticking bio.
Alright.
That's when you notice the burning as the acid glizzy dumped on the side of you, started eating through your clothing.
What about what is the fucking Potter puppet pal just popped in my head when he said
Seasoning,
ticking?
I want food with
Alright.
the seasoning, not seasonings with the food.
Go ahead and make your sleight of hand or whatever there, Zakara, to get it off of Raz.
So we decided, so this is Thievery?
Yes. That's what Litzig says it was.
Thievery, yeah.
I don't even know she did it. I'm like, what the fuck's taking her so long? She's already gone.
I accidentally passed the wrong thing. It's the big rainbow lollipop, not the Ankh. Don't get it.
Yep. Yeah, you look down, Litzig, and you're licking the Ankh.
Walking by the guards.
I just freaking swapped lollipop in there. It looks like it's been dashed by a goblin with the descriptive
And
on.
Zakara goes to
behind
grab the Ankh off of Raz and gets her hand stuck to the lollipop. Now it's in her fur. It's never coming out.
They never tell you the secret ingredient to sovereign glue is goblin spit.
All right, Zakara, you palm it off of Raz and take a few steps back down in front of the display case of
Can
the
I-
Ankh.
Really quickly while I grab it, can I make a scratch on it on the back?
On the fake Ankh?
Yes.
No.
Ah,
I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's still made out of metal and so forth. It's not like,
It's fool's gold,
Got
not real
you got
gold.
little cat claws.
and I don't believe your cat claws can slice metal.
Aw. Not an
Yeah.
iron claw cat folk.
While they're like doing all that, can I start like talking to one of like the buff waiters?
Sure.
I'm gonna ask him, why are you working here? Are you too weak to be a warrior?
Here we go.
No, it's my job. Gotta support my family.
Is your family too weak to be warriors?
Why do they need to be protected? Then why are you so big? It doesn't seem to be helping you at your job. You are not good at it.
I'm new. What do you want?
Suck less.
Good.
And you hear a scream from the kitchen as someone steps on a spider.
On a talking spider.
Pans dropping everywhere.
Rat! There's a rat cooking something in the back.
And there's that one pan that just like keeps rolling and doing that.
Dude,
Yeah.
we need to get me a helm of mind domination so we can Ratatouille somebody.
I thought that was going to be a 20, Zakara.
well, I can spot. Oh wait, this is to search for traps. I have a plus something. Let me check.
like +2 baseline.
No, +1. So 30.
Oh.
All right. At first, you take a few moments staring at it, looking around. You don't see anything. You're like, okay. Then you kind of, look around, make sure no one's coming over here, and you kind of, out of the corner of your eye, you manage to catch it. On the display case itself, there's a faint, glow, barely discernible, as if it's warded or something.
All right. And you said even though it's magic, it is possible for me to attempt to disarm it?
It is. But I do believe if you fail, you set it off.
I think it's critical fail. I don't know. I just looked this up for the freaking group last week.
Yeah, but I think that's for regular traps.
Are you feeling lucky, rogue?
Not after that stealth check.
So Glizzik's kind of meandered somewhat close to me while he's going on about his very detailed. Okay, so if he's close enough to the side there, I'll kind of join in on his little conversation there. Like if he's out there saying, "Oh yeah, it's better back home," be like, "What are you talking about? This is fine, dwarven. Look at the intricate detail here." Basically going back and forth with him to kind of help him out with his noise there.
So we're kind of east of where the vase was, almost to where the statue is on the east side.
If you see the
Like
bathrooms, that book that's right next to the Ankh, I was kind of northeast of that, whatever that stand.
Yeah, you're right in that area
with the little, mummified cat or whatever the fuck that is.
I'll get into a discussion with him about it, animated but not hostile.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to get people's attention, Zargan, and I don't think Goblin Song would be a good option here, but I do think maybe that Fascinating Performance might be, as we start telling stories about different old magical items or things of storied myth or whatever like that.
Yeah, you can by going off the fact that the storytelling on your end versus the more practical crafting aspects of what I'm looking at here, bouncing back on that.
So, because I'm a master, I can do.
So glad I'm not hearing this conversation.
10 people at least for targets to basically be fascinated by me that are close to the area.
I would like to aid him if possible.
And while they're doing that, can I continue to berate this waiter?
Is it the same waiter that I'm riding on his shoe? That'd be hilarious.
Just trying to make a living.
You're in the back room. He's up in the main.
I am not in the back room anymore. Well, I don't think I'm in the back room anymore. Zargan never responded to me when I said I wanted to move.
I didn't see you say that.
Things are going on with this spider. He's having an adventure of his life.
He meant to be on the.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
He meant to be on the toilet seat and catch a ride on somebody's symbol.
You didn't.
Yeah, I messed up and didn't say it. I didn't whisper it.
So
next thing you know, it's some guy's mustache.
I don't know how this happened. I don't know how I got here. Compound eyes are not good definition. Yeah, I would, if he's going to try his feature thing, I would absolutely try to aid him.
Alrighty. What are you doing again, Glizzik?
I'm doing. No, I said Goblin Song would not be good for this occasion, so I'm just going to go straight to Fascinating Performance, which will put their rapt attention on me, and I can do 10 targets because I'm master in performance.
The most unbelievable thing is this goblin seems to know a thing or two.
What are you trying? What are you performing?
We're talking about the different items and the quality of the work that's here versus the stuff that I grew up with, and Raz is trying to counterpoint with this is very good quality stuff. So I'm going into talking about objects that were like legend or myth or whatever, and using oratory, which is
my view is more than literal craftsmanship, and his is more about the my stuff back home's better because it's got actual power behind it, and probably saying a bunch of stuff
because it's made by goblins. I know.
Yeah, exactly. The goblin is very not even convincing, just very
I'm
passionate.
being a home.
Yeah, it's like it would be surprising that a goblin take this much interest in this. Oh, I could see it. Yeah, I'm willing to. So I'm trying to aid him if I can.
Okay.
Like, we give offerings to Targwyn, and I mean, these are nothing. He would sneer at these, you know.
Go ahead and roll performance, Raz.
Hmm.
Are you trained in it?
Nope. I wasn't sure
All
if
right,
that
then
was
don't worry about rolling. Then you can't aid him.
Oh, I was hoping to aid with
Can he
something
use society to try and help, or it has to be the same?
That's going to be the same type of skill.
I'm just gonna drop this. Just ignore it because I'm like, I don't know if I can get rid of the dice.
No, I don't know if you can throw it. Like, just don't throw it in the chat window. Throw it somewhere on your screen, and only you see it.
All right, then I'm just the proxy for his performance then.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and roll, Glizzic.
Woo!
Oh,
I've been waiting my whole life for this moment.
Goblin is turning heads.
So you want to hear a story, huh?
Now, unfortunately, well, I'm going to do something, but it's not going to matter very much. But you can have a hero point for a nicely timed 20. It won't matter much because we're almost done for the evening, but
Yep, I still have 3 now. And
hey, you have a hero point to use on that 20, Glizzic.
right. At the end of me doing the story, because it's only going to fascinate them for like a round,
Right.
I'd like to use the innate tattoos under my robes to do a message to Zakara to tell her to go now, go now. I'm holding some people looking away
Okay.
from you. Just
Okay.
so she'll hear it in her ear, but it's just a whisper.
Correct. Nope. I understand. Yep. So you get that little whisper from in the goblin voice.
All right, I just take a quick glance around. As long as no one's staring right in this direction, I will go ahead and
Nope.
start.
You take a quick glance. You see a waiter and being berated by Kruga for no reason. Several people watching that. You also see
raw.
half a dozen people kind of staring at the goblin and Raz like, what the fuck? So no one's paying any attention to you. Messing with magic stuff you have no idea about what you're doing.
What's the
I
worst?
thought you said I did.
You don't know what you don't even know what the trap is, but go ahead.
No pressure.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. And I'm going to use the lockpick of mastery, so plus.
All right, you spend an action to activate that, and go.
I do? Okay.
Yeah, you have to activate it. Otherwise, because it's a limited time thing, so you have it for a minute before it kind of crumples into dust.
Okay.
Wasn't even aware there was goblin ferro wood.
I'm gonna have to make multiple checks for this. I'm gonna.
Would you like to borrow a hero point for 10 gold?
No, you can't do that.
I'm
Fine,
gonna.
5 gold.
What was that?
I'll use my hero point.
Is that your
Come
last
on.
one?
It is.
Come
Okay.
on, skill monkey.
Use it.
Show us what being proficient in all skills means.
God damn it.
Slight increase.
Hey, you got 5% better.
Yeah, it's not worse. Like the last one was.
All right, let me see here.
I'm glad I used the lockpick.
And they give you plus how much? 10?
Yeah.
There's
All
the
right.
safety net gone on the first roll.
You start working on this trap. And you mess with it for a few moments, and it goes bad. It goes bad.
How bad does it?
As you guys are doing your things, you're coming out of the back room now, riding this waiter, Galgrim.
Giggity.
And a piercing alarm goes off over by the Yonk. like kind of like fire alarm in the middle of the night type of piercing noise, and everyone kind of stops and looks over there. What are you doing, Zakara?
Fire.
Well, I'm still invisible, right?
At the moment,
What do you mean at the moment?
you are.
He
Is it
means
like a
yeah.
repeating alarm?
Oh, it's going off at the moment. Like.
I
played enough Payday to know where this is going.
Cloaker.
Kruger busts out a minigun.
Is Glizzik wearing dozer armor for some reason?
I don't even know how Kruger got in here with the full combat loadout and made it this far, but fuck, glad he did.
Because ADP never can do stealth. That's why.
Stealth is an option.
You get good at stealthing in full battle rattle out of necessity.
Oh wait, invisibility goes away if I do anything hostile.
Hostile. You can do
Yeah.
stuff that's not hostile, and you'll be fine.
You know, you can like pee your pants a little. That's fine.
So as long as you're not attacking someone, you should be fine.
Bullet time.
Ba-na-na-na.
Can I try to disarm the alarm thing?
You can try again.
Yep, I'm gonna do that.
All right. All right. The alarm goes off. Everyone kind of stops and looks over. You go woo woo woo, and then it stops.
So the bartender turns to the seagull and says, "Fish? What fish?"
What are
And we
the...
were gonna stop it here for the night
Oh, I was gonna say, what are
because
the...
it is 5 till.
I don't gotta work tonight. We can keep playing another 3 hours.
No,
Woo!
Ah.
I have a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. I gotta go try to sell some Dragon magazines and some 3D printed stuff tomorrow, and then I have a play to go to tomorrow night with the wife.
Yeah, but that's all later. You can sleep in.
No, I can't.
What
Give
is
me
I
one
can't
good
later?
reason why you can't.
No, because I can't. I mean, I would love to be able to sleep in, but I'll be up tomorrow by like 7 or 8. I just can't because of my back and stuff.
You ain't that old.
But Zargan, I've got a spell memorized called Elemental Annihilation Wave that's just raring to go at this particular moment.
You can save it till next time.
You also prepared that one?
Yes, because of the difficult terrain effect. That's why. I'll help stop the
I will
thief and then
say
cast it in
that
front of the girl.
people are moving towards the display. Staff people.
I'm a staff people. I had a staff.
And people are still kind of staring over there like, not sure what's going on.
But we can't do anything, correct?
Not at the moment.
Boo.
Slowly pulls out tear gas.
Writing down a few notes.
My heightened fear spell can affect 5 targets. Just FYI.
Through this, Kruger's just basically telling him, some poor son of a bitch, you're a failure. You shouldn't be here.
And I never like your spinach puffs. Not ever.